Up, I thank God. Straight from the mud, now it's time to get the pie. Swipe prison blood, you can see it in my eye.
Alright, y'all, let me know how the background volume is. Let me know if it's too loud or if it's, you know, okay. If it's okay, then I'm gonna leave it like it is. Family, do not forget to like the video on your way in. Hit the like and share this video. And for those who have not, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because I know there's new viewers that tune in. So if this is your first time tuning in, thank you and welcome to D's World. Do make sure you like the video on the way in and share it. Shout out to the multi-stream team tonight. Shout out to the Instagram viewers and the Rumble viewers. I really do want to move over to Rumble. So I wanted to test out YouTube to see how it did with StreamYard tonight, and if it works well, better than before, great. If it does not, then I think I'm going to start using the Rumble platform instead. And I do believe on Rumble I can multi-stream, if I am not mistaken. So if you guys can hear me okay with the background music, please put a Y in the chat. If it is too loud, put a 2 in the chat so that I can know how it sounds. Let me get to these comments. I had to go pee because that water ran right through my ass like I knew it would. And hopefully it doesn't do it again. I am extremely, because it's so hot. It's like the excessive thirst that I get from Graves' disease definitely increases the hotter it is outside. And it was all of, what was it, 95 today? And I think right now it probably still is about 90. Oh, it dropped down to 82. Well, it still feels like it's damn near 90. So Cody, good to see you, my good brother. Thank you, family. Yes, do hit the like on the way in. I still don't know why it keeps doing this. Do not. But thank you. Hit the like on the way in. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So yes, family, hit that like button on the way in. Do share the video. And let's get right into it. Haha, like I didn't have to even say it right. Diddy, good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for tuning in. Got the fam bam in the building. My other good brother, Andrew, good to see you. Thank you so much, Riri. Good to see you guys back in the building. I love to see the love. This is what we do. Oh, I guess the Rumble chat translates over here. Interesting. Okay. So you guys are saying the volume's okay. Fantastic. It shouldn't be freezing because on my end, I don't see it freezing just yet. So hopefully it continues to cooperate. So we're going to do a quick roast because I think we all need to laugh. There's been so much going on in my real world, and I did not get to do the Throwback Thursday, but we are going to be coming back with the Throwback Thursdays, y'all. Just, it's a lot going on in D's world in real time. Because I want us to continue to get all of the laughs. Okay, Didi, is it okay for you, or is it still streaming? Lord God, Is it so freezing on your end? That's what I was trying to say. You said, who is Gary Owen? Oh, let's get right into it. Let me show you, sir. Gary Owen is a comedian who loves the sisters, and he has capitalized off of the black community, and he really does admire black women. He was married to one and cheated on her, and now has had twins with the alleged side chick that's now the fiance. Gary Owen, basically, he's like a Vlad, but not as much of a culture vulture, because he actually does like black people and black women. But I have to roast his ass because of the fuckery, and I actually had to unsubscribe from his channel. I was so kind of disappointed because he was one of my favorite comedians. His conversation with Ali Sadiq on his channel that just so happened to pop up in my feed was extremely disturbing. I'm going to share that with you. But let me share screen real quick so I can show you who Gary Owen is. Now, all the black community knows who Gary Owen is because, again, he has capitalized off of, you know, our people because he was married to a black woman. And just like with Kevin Hart, you know, his comedy mostly stemmed from his experience with his formerly black wife. So let's show you who Gary Owen is. Open a new tab. Okay. So this is Gary Owen. For those who don't know, he is a white comedian, again, that loves the sisters. He apparently grew up, you know, around black neighborhood, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have no issue with interracial dating. I have an issue when you try to purport yourself to treat black women better than black men, and then you turn around and do the same fuck shit that these niggas be doing. I'm just saying, like, that's why I'm finna roast your ass, number one, sir. Because you've capitalized off of black women adoring you for allegedly treating them better than black men, but you did the same exact bullshit. So, not only that, Claudia was called out. This is his ex-wife, Kenya. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. He was married to her for 18 years. Now, of course, I wasn't inside of their marriage. I don't know what the fuck went on. But what I do know is that this motherfucker did a lot of fuck shit, in my opinion. But it's the audacity for him and Ali Sadiq to question why is Diddy on trial and to basically, you know, low-key victim shame, and I'm going to say allegedly for the sake of YouTube, Cassie. Now, before I continue, all commentary on my channel is alleged outside of my real life experiences for the purpose of entertainment and education. And for tonight, the good old roasting of Gary Owen, Jaguar Wright, Gene Deal, and Diddy, and the music industry, including Clive Davis, Jay-Z, and all these other elite supposed folks. You know, it's just interesting the things that have been going on in mainstream media with all the motherfuckers named in this title. But I had to start with his ass because, sir, you know, this is what I say to my sisters. I have difference of opinions when it comes to me personally, interracially dating, because I grew up in the home of Malcolm X, and I grew up being treated very horribly by racist white people. And it's not to say that all white people are racist, because there's not. There's plenty of white people in Omaha, Nebraska that are not racist, especially my soul sister, Amanda. However, in my personal experience growing up, what I experienced with racism, being called all types of racial slurs, I have an issue being a civil rights activist and supporting people who, you know, you can choose a date outside of your race without bashing us. That's my issue. I don't like when black people or white people like him date a black woman, but then you low-key bash black women. Make that make sense. You had women, you have fucking kids with this woman. And then you're sitting on your platform making fun of a survivor of sexual abuse and physical abuse who happens to also be a black woman. I don't like it. Because just because you fuck a black bitch don't mean that you don't still have some low-key, you know, racist rhetoric behind closed doors. And the same with, you know, the Uncle Tom ass niggas that date white girls and then bash black women. Again, if you want to date outside of your race, do that. But do that without the bashing of us melanin women. And melanin women, stop thinking that because you date a white man that means a black man can't treat you right. What is it about you that you haven't healed that you keep attracting niggas that don't treat you right? Has nothing to do with race. So I had to get off in his ass because the victim shaming I'm not finna stand for, sir. And you can, form victim shaming in the form of a joke, but y'all really wasn't joking. And now, Lisa Deek, I heard you got skeletons in your closet, sir. And maybe you should be in MDC with Diddy, which is why you low-key was defending his ass. So, yeah, we finna get right into it. Starting with, now, black people, we always for years called this man Gary Owens. Because, just black folks, once you hear a title, that's just what it is. But his last name actually is Owen, no S. So this is who Gary Owen is. Now, I used to watch their show. That's also why this was disturbing to me. Because low-key, Kenya put his ass on. And he likes to run with a rhetoric that he had more money than her. And sir, she found your ass in a trailer park. So what the fuck? You didn't come from wealth. You acquired wealth with your black wife. And creating a whole TV show about your interracial relationship just to be having done what most motherfuckers in the industry do, which is cheat on their wives. Now, if you guys had an open marriage and polygamy, that's different. But if you didn't, and she expected you to be faithful to her, sir, and you gained your wealth off of the recognition of your whole show with your black wife and your mixed kids, I think after 18 years, she has a little bit of a reason to be upset that you kept cheating on her, and now you've had twins with the side bitch, and now you have proposed to the side bitch. So again, you projected yourself to be, I can treat black women better than, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did the same whole ass shit, sir. So I have several seasons. I'm about to flambe the fuck out of your ass. Definitely cold. I'm trying to tell you, child. Yeah, yep, Diddy. I know him, married to black girl, right up. Yep. Exactly. That's why this actually hurt me to have to do it. I love Gary Owen comedy, and it just so happened that his video popped up in my feed because I haven't actually recently watched his channel. I told y'all most of the people that I do tune into when I do get on YouTube to actually watch content are my friends that are tarot readers and spiritualists because, they're high vibrational. And even then, I don't even get a chance to watch all their content because I've been doing a lot of editing. And I just remembered I did forget to upload a video that I took of myself from last weekend, so I will be uploading that at some point tomorrow. But yeah, his comedy used to be funny, and I actually wanted to meet him. Actually wanted to go, like the next time he was in Houston, I wanted to actually go to his comedy show and meet him because he's just funny as fuck. And even though he says he came from the trailer park, he grew up, in the hood around us. So it seemed like out of all, he wasn't like a Vlad culture vulture. He was like one of us until the bullshit that those of us who watch him and Kenya's show unravel. Because yeah, Kenya, she did come off more abrasive towards the end, but again, I've dealt with a man cheating on me, especially one that I lost a baby by, more than one that I lost a baby by. Couldn't imagine 18 years basically growing up with your ass, putting your ass on, and then once you get to a certain level of wealth, you just start acting brand new and just be a ho-ho. If you wanted to be a ho-ho, then you should have stayed single, or we could have had an agreement to be polygamous. But not where we supposed to be, we're supposed to be committed to one another, but you got 11 side bitches, and the side bitches had the audacity to be, competing with the wife, and it's just crazy to me, because the side bitch always thinks he's gonna pick you. He gonna do the same shit to you. It's not gonna change. If a motherfucker's a cheater, he's gonna be a cheater even if he marries your ass. He's still gonna cheat. So your best bet is get you a girlfriend and do your thing, or a boyfriend, whatever. Y'all have an open relationship, like allegedly, Candy and Todd allegedly have, where you have an understanding and go from there. But the fuck shit that he did with Kenya and their kids, who he now says that they are not his kids, they are adults. We don't have kids, we have adults, sir. 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 I'm gonna need you to get your mind right. She birthed your children that are grown. Okay? How do you not talk to your grown ass kids for 3 years, but then you go on to have twins with the chick she says is allegedly the side bitch that Claudia allegedly helped hook y'all up? Not surprising either. Chelsea, good to see you, my love. Grand rising to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it really is terrible, all the people that are trashing Cassie right now. And you know, Jaguar and Gene Deal showing up at the Diddy case. Why? Because so many things in the YouTube and the social media streets is saying that both of y'all allegedly participated in the goings on with Diddy. I don't understand the all of a sudden we're gonna show up to court and act like we're advocates when Gene Deal said on his own channel he could have been Diddy's stepfather. How, Sway? Y'all went to high school together. That means y'all around the same age. Why would you ever want to have fucked Janice, who allegedly ain't even his biological mother, allegedly? Why would you want to fuck a bitch that they said was running hoes? Why would you want to fuck a bitch that they said allegedly not only was running hoes, but was a hoe? I'm just saying. It speaks of character. It speaks of character. It's weird to me. It's very weird. And then I gotta roast Diddy because Diddy got his attorneys trying to flip the shit on Cassie by saying Cassie was abusive. Sir, that's a whole female. And if she was abusive, it's because you kept beating the dog shit out of her for decades. Now, I'm going to say allegedly, but according to the sources and the testimony, sir, you was beating and stomping and punching this bitch in front of people. What the fuck? And how the hell does Gary Owen and Ali Sadiq make light of that? How do y'all support Diddy by saying, so basically it's like a whole having her pimp arrested? And since when do men get locked up for being swingers and freaky? Again, I practiced and explored the swing and BDSM lifestyle some 12 years ago. Wasn't no abuse, to my knowledge, involved in that shit. It's one thing for you to be freaky and kinky and have safety words. That's a whole consensual thing. It's another thing to physically abuse a person and then want to later say you was a swinger. And then to have these two motherfuckers, Gary Owen and Ali Sadiq. Let me show you how Ali Sadiq is. Sitting up on the goddamn YouTube making light of Cassie on the stand and making light of the accusations. And it ain't just fucking Cassie. There's been where are all the hundreds of people that came forward to Busby? Where they at? Because they're making it seem like it's a Cassie versus Diddy thing. It's more than just Cassie. And allegedly, it's been reported by several accusers that are now adults. They said they were allegedly sexually abused and made to participate in satanic sexual rituals at the Diddy freak-offs. Why is nobody speaking on the Ricos? And why are these two motherfuckers trying to make light of it? Who are also a part of the industry and who also have been named and been on the list for the fucking freak-offs. See, we got to ask these questions. Now, to my knowledge, I haven't been on Jaguar's channel in quite some time, but the last time I was on there was when I went and saw when she did the prayer against Maggie's channel for 2,000 people to strike her channel. That was quite some time ago. But even then, I don't even see Jaguar talking about Diddy, but you popped your ass up for, for camera time. You keep saying everybody's after you to allegedly take your life. But you showed up to his. Really, Jaguar? Everybody's after you, but you showed up to the trial where you could easily be served. I'm just, shit is weird with all of y'all acting like y'all are some, whistleblowers, but in the same hand, y'all be acting like y'all are the sadist with him. Miss, I'm gonna have Goomba's girlfriend and kids raped and bullets put in their head, and then you want to pop your ass up on goddamn, Twitter and shit, talking about you an advocate. It's the audacity and the dumbass shit for me. Boy, I'm telling you. Yep. It's just the audacity. Like why would you and Gene Deal show up if y'all have allegedly been accused of having participated in shit? It's real weird. Everybody after. I think if I was on the run from the law and everybody was after me, I don't think I would pop up at the Diddler's case where everybody can see my motherfucking ass. Like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, see, when I first started following Gene on YouTube, it was because of Storm Monroe, actually. It wasn't because of Jaguar. Because I told you I used to follow Storm since he got on YouTube, since like 2016. And he would always have Gene Deal on his show. And when Gene Deal would be talking about Diddy and stuff, I would always like pay attention. And he would say like he had been his security guard. They was in high school together. Then Diddy hired him to be security guard. And he, witnessed a lot of things. And they all had to sign NDAs and they couldn't say this. And I get all of that. Even if you couldn't say anything, Gene, Jaguar, and the rest of y'all that was around the Diddler, NDAs become null and void when criminal offenses are involved. So if you guys witness this man put hands on Cassie and other people, as y'all have reported, if you witness Diddy abuse people at these freak-offs, why didn't you get them people help? Because fuck an NDA. That's a criminal offense. Abuse, sexual abuse. Why the fuck didn't y'all get people help? Especially you, Jaguar Miss. I'm a defender of freedom and advocate for sexual abuse, but the first guest on your Jaguar Wright show put you on blast. Tammy Wallace told everybody how you was abusive to her. It just makes me wonder, all these people that are clout chasing off of this case, I don't think they realize the consequences of that. They about to fuck around and find out, though. Wait, Ruby said, D, she didn't even go to the court. She stood outside her. Are you serious? For real? Because I've been seeing it all in the media about them saying Jaguar Wright goes and sits in the court and they didn't pull her up to testify. Well, ma'am, if you didn't go inside the building and all you did was show up for a damn photo op, miss me with the bullshit. That's why I gotta roast your stupid ass. That's dumb as fuck. And I hope they find your ass. I really do. I hope them motherfuckers find your ass and lock you up and throw away the goddamn key, because your ass need to be locked the fuck up, for real. Thank you, Diddy. And it's funny, I was talking about that earlier today. Because people are saying that, even in media. Well, she stayed, she was down with it. What the fuck? Anyone who knows someone who's been in an abusive relationship, or if you've been in an abusive relationship, unfortunately, people who have witnessed abuse do tend to stay because they've been conditioned to. And once a person intimidates you enough that makes you feel like they literally can take your life, that's how they control you. It's through abuse. So just because she stayed doesn't mean she deserved to be abused. Now, if Cassie participated in the abuse, then they can say she's not a victim. Now they're trying to say that Cassie was just as abusive to Diddy as Diddy was to her. Well, again, after so long of you putting hands on me, I'm going to hit your ass back. Straight up, self-defense, even in school. Motherfucker picks on you, keep punching you, keep hitting you. You're going to hit their ass back eventually. It's called self-defense. It's not abuse. I found Don Richards' testimonies to be quite detailed for someone that they're saying is lying. Now all of a sudden, because her her testimony, you know, it lines up with what a lot of people are saying. Now, you know, enter stage Q from day 26 trying to say that Don and Diddy tried to sacrifice him. That could be true. It doesn't excuse what the fuck Diddy did. Don Richards is not on trial. Diddy is on trial. Diddy is sitting in MDC. So how do we victim shame and discredit women's testimonies? Because we want to take up for a motherfucker who's been accused by hundreds of people of multiple ages in both genders. So everybody's lying on Diddy. Everybody, all 200 plus people who have come forward are lying. Really? For a money grab? That motherfucker ain't even that goddamn rich. Hell, Vasal Benford probably got more money than Diddy do. Let's just keep it a stack. That's also telling the people in the industry that ain't talking about this shit. Who all know each other, who are all connected, who are all at the freak-off parties together. Interesting. The people who said they were at the freak-offs with Jaguar Wright that ain't talking about the Diddy case. But they use Jaguar Wright for clout, for clickbait. But they won't talk about the Diddy case, right? Because y'all was at the goddamn freak-offs. That's why. So meanwhile, we got Ali Sadiq. And Ali, again, I've heard you got skeletons in your closet, sir. And your eyes are real telling, sir. I really find it ironic, you and Gary victim shaming. And I'm going to call it what the fuck it is, because my channel's uncensored. Y'all victim shaming Cassie is telling like a motherfucker. Okay, and both of y'all got daughters. I left a very lengthy comment under Gary Owen video that he did with Ali. Because that shit pissed me the fuck off. I was like, as a survivor of sexual abuse, this ain't it, bruh. First of all, that it shows that ain't neither one of y'all researched the case test. Let me bring up the video, by the way. Let me bring it up. Because this is some fucking bullshit, bro. Like, straight up. It is. Now, I'm going to switch my disclaimer. For those that would like to support my channel and support Truth Telling, my Cash App and Venmo is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, as well as it's pinned in the chat. All donations are appreciated and needed, quite honestly, at this time. Let me bring up, there we go. Okay. See, this is the fuckery I don't like. Because, again, pause. This just popped up in my feed. Now, let me make sure that this is showing on the screen. Hold up. Apparently, there's a little bit of a delay. Give me a second. Didi says she didn't go inside. That's interesting, bruh. Riri said, what gets me is this trial, this one's about the RICO, and they keep banging on about Diddy and Cassie. You know what's so crazy, Riri? You verbatim said the same exact words I said earlier today during my phone call. I said, you notice ain't nobody talking about the RICO shit. The focus is Diddy and Cassie, distractions. Not to say that her testimony isn't, you know, true or valid. It very much so is. Just like when Jay-Z was named by the lady that he made her recant, made her withdraw her, what's it called? Her accusation against him. They did a whole bunch of distractionary shit when that whole case was going on to get people to not focus on it. And as hard and as adamant as that lady was about her testimony, here's two things that are parallel in comparison. They're now saying that Don Richards' testimony and allegations have inconsistencies the same way they said the Jane Doe that accused and named Jay-Z with Diddy in the gang raping, that her testimony had inconsistencies, right? It's the same fucking bullshit. Discredit, discredit, discredit those who have very detailed allegations because people are going to believe that they're true, because more than likely they probably are. Now it's inconsistencies with Don too. Really? First it was inconsistencies with Jay-Z, now it's inconsistencies. Oh, and then on top of that, Diddy, let me roast your stupid motherfucking ass and your dumb ass attorneys. How the fuck are y'all gonna try to use Cassie being pregnant as a means for a mistrial, sir? Really? Talking about, well, it might be a mistrial, because she's pregnant and we don't want to put stress on her. Nigga, was you thinking about that shit when you were allegedly beating the dog shit? Not even allegedly. We saw that shit on scene and you beat the dog shit out of her. In the BDSM world, there's a consensual thing when it's called play. That's why there's safety words. So that sadists don't go too far. Diddy, you always going too far. You slept with Usher when the little motherfucker was 10 years old. You said it on the goddamn video at the Dirty Money party, where you, Don Richards, and Kalina Harper were a group. And you motherfucking admitted how you and Usher used to wake up together and fight over the Frosted Flakes, which is dried up cum according to the Urban Dictionary. A 10-year-old, you were 21. There's a reason you don't want people to focus on the Rico case. If you could admit that shit under the influence of what was probably the Tootsie, and other shit, allegedly. If you could admit that way back when, that might be why they're trying so hard to not focus on the Rico right now. What about all the minors that have come forward saying, that are now adults, that said you allegedly sexually assaulted them when they were minors? What about all the children that we've seen at your white parties during the day? Because again, when I was practicing the lifestyle, wasn't no kids ever allowed. Hell, like I was telling the one homegirl, even when my play brothers wanted to come with me to the lifestyle parties, I didn't let them come. They were grown. 18, 19, 20. Because I was like, I was in like my early 30s or right at 30. I was like, because they're like 10 years younger than me. I said, nah, man, y'all can't come. They was like, why not? I said, because it's for grown folks. And only one of y'all's 21, and I'm not finna know. And I don't even want to know you like that. I don't want you knowing me like that. So nah, we not finna do that. You're not finna go to the party with me. And there were never children at these parties, even when it was the catering portion of the party where you're just catering and you're mingling and you're, networking. It's early in the evening. It's like maybe 7 or 8 o'clock. But at 11 o'clock, it goes down. So if you're not down to play, your ass got to leave. Why the fuck at the Diddy parties were there children? At all? Why ain't we focusing on that shit, attorneys? What the fuck? But y'all want everybody to focus solely on Cassie. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Because see, I've been investigating this shit since last year. And it's been a whole lot of bullshit. Like a whole lot of bullshit. Matter of fact, let me bring it up right quick. Diddy white party. Because I remember the video where he said, some of y'all, the one where the little boy said he was, inappropriately touching on this nigga. What the fuck? Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexually assaulting 25 minors, including a 9-year-old. Why the fuck ain't nobody talking about this shit? What about the goddamn kids? Hello, what about the kids? The fuck? And this was from October of last year. This ain't even the recent charges. So why we need to focus, I'm not saying not to focus on Cassie. I'm saying, why are they avoiding the Rico? Why is nobody talking about the fucking Rico? Why is there such a focus on Cassie, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to look at the mind fuckery right here. Make sure you put these celebrities in the limelight so we can focus on Cassie, 8 months pregnant, having to testify against Diddy. And we know that's horrible, and we acknowledge that. But Don Richards, let's keep it a stack. Q saying that y'all niggas was popping XOs, which again, that is what they do at the lifestyle party. That's how I got him fucked up with that shit. I never have fucked that in my life. Y'all admitting that y'all was taking XOs and y'all was doing double stacks. And then you passed out and you woke up and you're being recorded and you say that Don Richards and Diddy was trying to sacrifice you. Sir, I don't even doubt that happened. I really don't. But the timing of the accusation just comes across like you might have been sent to discredit Don's testimony. The same way Kalina Harper discredited Don's testimony by saying she had never witnessed any sort of abuse, but it's alleged that Kalina was heavily paid by Diddy to say that. And the only three in that group was Diddy, Kalina, and Don. So who really does know what the fuck really went on? Yep. The whole blowing up Kid Cudi's car didn't go that great either. Right. Yep. Thank you, Tody. Little Jerome, Aaron Carter, Chris Cross, Usher, Justin, thank you. Way more than just goddamn Cassie. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Rebe. I don't understand myself. Get him done for Rico, then take him down for the rest. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Can we get to the fucking kids, bruh? Can y'all stop focusing so much on Cassie as a distraction? Really, they could have wrapped that shit up in 3 days, goddammit. They dragging this shit out on purpose. There's a reason they're doing this shit, because they do not want nobody focusing on this. They don't. Shit's crazy. Yeah, this says, an exclusive interview with Fox News Digital, celebrity photographer Selma Fonseca, who attended 20 to 30 Diddy parties throughout her career and reportedly broke the news of his romance with Jennifer Lopez in '99, opened up about what she witnessed firsthand, including a warning to children who were in attendance. Pause. Diddy, didn't your stupid motherfucking ass say that there were never kids at your party? Didn't you say kids were never allowed? You know what? Let's go ahead and full on blast your ass. YouTube. Let's go on and do it. Come on. You know, because I love when motherfuckers lie like a bunch of dumbasses and then you get to just, I really want y'all to stop. I've been putting not interested in y'all. Keep doing this whole ass shit. Get that, stop with the bullshit, bruh. Like, for real. Stop with the bullshit. It's annoying as fuck. Diddy, white party, children. He said, what did he say at 11? Y'all gonna have to leave, but you might want to stay because it's something you might want to come to when you're an adult. Yeah, you definitely not only had kids at your party, you were encouraging them to want to come back as adults and participate in the nefarious goings on, and then you didn't even require for the kids to leave. Again, when I was exploring the lifestyle at 11 o'clock, it goes down. Shouldn't no kids have been there, period, but for damn sure not at fucking 11. Shit don't make no goddamn sense at all. Let me see, I'm trying to find that video. Is this the one? Hold up. Let me switch my copyright disclaimer right quick. Put that on. Is this the one or nah? No, this is not the one. This is not the one I was thinking of. Hold up. Nope, because it's the one where he tells them, yes, Here it is, to get comfortable. There it is. Thank you. What is this? Dustin Times. Yeah, Sean Diddy tells kids to get comfortable. But there wasn't never no kids at your party, sir. There was never kids at any of my freak off parties. Okay. This is dated September 25th, 2024, last year. Sean Diddy tells kids to get comfortable in resurfaced clip from his white party. Rapper Sean Diddy Combs can be seen sending a chilling warning to guests with children in an old video, which is now gone viral on social media. Pause. Why the fuck you got guests with kids at your goddamn white party? That's not supposed to be a family-friendly event. That's supposed to be all adults only. What the fuck, sir? Not only that, why the fuck would you tell them kids to get comfortable? If wasn't no type of sexual activity and sacrificing going on. See, I really should have been a fucking attorney. I swear to God. Absolutely right. So many weeks to go because they're dragging this shit out. They really are. Again, sir, why are you telling kids to get comfortable at your fucking party? That don't make no goddamn sense. Worth a damn. Not at all. Now this says the scandal hit rapper was known for his extravagant white-themed parties that attract Hollywood stars and celebrities. I love how they worded that. They tried to clean it up. Not attract Hollywood stars and celebrities. They were definitely invited and came, which is weird to come with your kids to a party where you know shit's about to go down. I really hate whoever developed this website. This hanger is fucking annoying as shit. That's so antiquated with web development. Yeah, dressed in all white with the champagne glass in it. God damn it, can you? You know what? I can't, because that hanger is annoying the dog shit out of me. I can't even do it. I want to find the video of that. Yeah, I'm not fucking with y'all's website. That's getting on my fucking nerves. Let me see if they have the video on here. Of course, they got all these other ones. And yeah, that shit with Justin Bieber talking about 48 hours with Diddy. Why are you always around all these fucking kids? And where is the white chick? What's her name? The friend of the twins. Ava. Where the fuck Ava at? Yo, adopt a white daughter. Where's she at? Why the fuck we ain't heard nothing about Ava? What happened to her? Like, for real, why has no one questioned about where the fuck Ava is at? And why the hell, what business did you have adopting a white little girl at 12? And the shit she just was saying was just madness. Like, it was disturbing as fuck. It really was. White party tells kids to get comfortable. Yeah, that doesn't sound like someone who family-friendly party and telling children to get comfortable at your fucking party. God damn it, I want to find this video. And then all the shit they did to Justin, my God. Okay, is this the video? Let's see. And my copyright disclaimer is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. All video that we're reviewing is for fair use. Okay.
That don't mean y'all should be extra tight. Okay, we gonna have DJ Cassidy right now get on the ones and twos. We fed y'all, we gave y'all some drinks, now it's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is the legendary white party. It's the real white party. Make some noise if you've been here before.
We fed y'all and we gave you something to drink. Was that something to drink, GHB Diddy? I gotta roast you for being the dumbest villain in the world. Was that drink GHB, sir? Because you didn't say we gave you alcohol, we gave you, Patron, we gave you Casamigos. You said we gave you something to drink, sir. Just saying. It's weird how you worded that.
Kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable.
You start off by saying only the kids. The kids have like an hour left. You didn't say an hour left to leave. So when you say the kids only have an hour left to do what? That shit don't make no sense, bruh. Like, it don't make no sense why the fuck kids are even there. It's mad disturbing, bro.
Have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all won't want to come to.
That doesn't make sense. So the kids have like an hour left, so get comfortable. But after an hour, you gotta go. Sir, that's a whole oxymoron. Get comfortable means you're not leaving. So when you say they gotta go, do they just go to a different room? You know, Allie Carter had a lot of details. I still don't know if that person is a real person. But I will say this. A lot of the details that she had is what we've heard in some of these other testimonies. About the children being forced to be in certain rooms and putting on all white to represent purity, as they do in a lot of satanic sacrifices where they have virgins dressed in white before they're sacrificed. She had a lot of testimony about kids being trafficked and sold. Then we all heard Jaguar say that she sits and monitors the dark web to see who and what's being sold and traded. Why? For what? Why are you doing that? What sane person monitors the dark web to see who's being trafficked and what disgusting tapes are being sold? If you're not some sort of, alleged informant, agent, alleged assassin. It's just weird to me the things that people who are from the industry do, because I don't know any sane civilian person that sits and monitors the dark web outside of perverts. That's typically the type of people that monitor the dark web when it comes to child inappropriate videos and people being traded and sold allegedly. It's just very odd. The very same woman who threatened to have Goomba's girlfriend and children raped and bullets put in their heads and said they are not going to need me for this one. You're also the same woman that told everybody on the tube that you sit and monitor the dark web. And you told the whole world on Piers Morgan that you performed as a dominatrix at the Diddler's parties. Now, what I know about dominatrixes is that they are paid to inflict pain. Everyone always wants to say that dominatrixes are sex workers. Not actually. I mean, there's been men that I've explored with doing BDSM kink shit, did not involve sex. And no, I never was paid, for those that keep lying saying that shit. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, if I ever had been paid, I would admit that I definitely wasn't. I was actually pissed later when I found out that I should have been. But when she said that she made about $50K in a weekend, dominatrixes take domination very far. Like, I remember they call them training sessions when you first start attending the BDSM, like little group activity shit, little kinky, parties or whatever. The first time I went to one when I was just observing, one of the daddy doms, one of Mr. Beast's beta slaves, she liked to be choked to asphyxiation. That shit freaked me out because I thought she was dead. I was like, nigga, did you just kill her? He's like, oh no, she likes to be choked to asphyxiation. And then she woke up, a few minutes later and was like, ooh, daddy, thank you. I was like, what the fuck? Nah, y'all. See, I like to be choked. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I do like to be choked. That's a kink of mine. I do. I love that shit. But I don't want you making my ass pass out. That's too far. I like pain that feels hurt so good, but I don't want you punching me and puncturing my skin, and you know what I'm saying? So dominatrixes could definitely participate, unfortunately, in men and women being sexually assaulted. Especially if you're a dominatrix that practices dark magic. As, you know, Adrian English claimed that Kris Jenner allegedly did when she said that Kris Jenner did a whole satanic ritual on her homegirl and they allegedly raped the girl with a broken champagne bottle, which that would be extremely painful for any person, let alone an 11-year-old child. This is why I am still focused on the RICO shit that everybody else is avoiding talking about on the tube. I haven't seen one content creator who is talking about the Diddy case bring up the RICO shit. And in my opinion, I'm sorry, again, I'm not discrediting nobody else's, you know, testimony, but I think the children getting to the root of that, to stop that shit, might be a little bit more important to focus on. Because we know that Diddy ain't shit. We know he beat the fuck out of Cassie. I hope everybody that suffered abuse at his hands gets their justice. They all deserve their justice. But guess what? The kids ain't getting shit and they're still getting abducted. Like when I popped on live a few nights ago, and what I wasn't even planning to, because it disrupted my soul to hear the Amber Alerts. That means another child's been abducted. When is it going to stop? What if it's your kid? What if it's your niece or nephew that comes up missing? Like that lady, that Audrey lady said to, I believe it was a Senate meeting. How come nobody talks about the RICO, and how come no one talks about the children being trafficked? Well, because like with his parties, all these people are participating together. It's not just celebrities from Hollywood. It is politicians. It's, you know, sheriffs. It's governors. It's mayors. It's teachers. It's lawyers. It's clergymen, you know, preachers, pastors, popes. Your firemen, you know. People that you are supposed to look to. Your military, you know. It's all, you people that are supposed to protect you are the ones that are involved in, you know, allegedly doing all this shit. So if we can get them to focus on solely on Cassie, then no one's gonna, you know, they're gonna forget about the kids. No, the fuck we not. Especially not on my channel. No, we not.
Okay? So, you know, let's just start to get our groove on and let go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all... So, get extra comfortable, kids.
Get extra comfortable, kids. What the fuck did he... Again, you the stupidest villain ever. You're literally like the dumbest villain of all time. Because you constantly snitch on yourself, bruh. You like the stupidest motherfucker I've ever heard of that is a goddamn villain, bruh. I didn't even know about an Ava. Yeah, Ava. The young girl, let me bring that up. Yep. Ava, she's the twins' bestie. The last time we seen Ava was here on this live when she was super young. I'm gonna show y'all Ava then and Ava now. And then this nigga kissing on her really pissed me off. You need to stop putting your nasty lips on kids, period. I don't give a damn if you kiss goddamn Janice. That shit is nasty. It's on YouTube. Where's the one where it's on YouTube? This ain't the one, but let me see. I just want to see if he has the actual video or are you just talking. Is it just a bunch of people? I hate these type of YouTube videos. That's why I'm an actual good content creator. I don't do fuck shit like that for clicks and views. Actually have the content in your shit, whatever your fucking name is, you dumbass. I can't stand people like that. Because I want to see the actual live where he is claiming her, not unless they scrubbed it off. See, I'm not signed into TikTok. Let me see. The live where he is having her introduce herself. But basically, it's somewhere on here. Is this the one? Let me see. Is it more? You know what? Y'all with this talking shit, just, I'm done. That's annoying. I don't, when I edit videos, I have the actual content. It ain't on me just on there fucking talking. But basically, Ava is the one that he did a live with him and all of his kids not too long before he got locked up. And he had her introduce herself as his other daughter, his adopted daughter. And he said that she's been the twins' best friend since they were like, you know, damn near toddlers. And that he adopted her because allegedly, you know, her parents couldn't take care of her or whatever. But then there's so many different stories out there about that where they say that that's not true. That the parents allegedly gave her to him, that they basically got paid to give up rights just like Usher's parents. And then there's stories where people are saying none of that was true. And that he just had her to say that to try to make himself look good in the public eye. You know, to be adopting, like when, you know, certain wealthy white people adopt like little African kids and try to make it seem like, you know, they're humanitarian. But then meanwhile, you find out later that they've been allegedly pimping them kids out. It's the same shit. So everybody kept saying when that live went viral, sometime last year. Because I talked about it when I first started doing my lives. And I was like, bro, who is this little white girl that he's claiming to be his other daughter? And where the fuck she at? So the last time I seen Ava, matter of fact, she looked at like a actual sex worker, like for real. Yeah, adopted daughter Ava. And she was posted up at a hotel. Here we go. Yep. Can we open this in a new tab? He looked like such a, I swear to God, his eyes just say predator all fucking day. Nasty motherfucker. But yeah, this is the twins' little bestie. Is this the video or is this just a picture? Okay, well, you're taking entirely too long to bring that up. But this was the live where he introduced her, and she was introducing herself, talking about her zodiac sign. She's 12. Why are you saying all of that shit? You know this motherfucker told her to say that shit. Why the fuck are you saying all of that? Yeah, oh, of course you can't reach the page, because God forbid we actually click on the truth. But yeah, this is her now. This is allegedly her now. Fuck off my channel, off my page here. Yeah. Yeah, Ava Baroni. Now, they said she was 16 in 2007. So she, if that's the truth, if she really was 16 in 2007, that was 18 years ago, which would make her now about 34. Why are you looking like this at 16? Like you're being advertised. This is disturbing. And it was Diddy that, you know, made you, you know what I'm saying? He's the one that made you famous. And then this picture, this is the one that I found because it just broke my heart. I'm like, bro, this is sad. This looks like a hotel room. It looks a lot like the rooms in his mansions that had all the GHB oil and all the razor blades and shit. And we've not heard from or about this girl. Where the fuck did she go? Now, just because they aired this live last year doesn't mean that's when they did. Look how young she was in this picture. So my question is, when the fuck did you do this live? Because she looked hella young. And you still look old. I mean, but Diddy is, damn near 60. Where are your twins? Where's your twin girl's bestie at? Where the fuck she at? Don't nobody know where she at? Ain't nobody heard from her? Last we heard was she was your adopted daughter. Yeah, this is, to me, I'm sorry, people might not agree. This is more important to focus on. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like she needs to be included in the case. Where the fuck is she at? Was this girl trafficked? Because that's what they're saying allegedly happened to her. Why the fuck ain't nobody trying to find out where she's at? Adopted daughter? All your kids been showing up to court but her. Where the fuck she at? And why won't nobody goddamn talk about this shit? Exactly. A lot of people said he never adopted her. They said that he used her for a photo op. Again, that's why I'm roasting his ass. You the dumbest criminal I've ever seen in my life. Like, straight up, you stupid as fuck. Hour left. Statement meant to insert a false timeline into the kid's memory while they're still conscious. I don't think so. I think the hour left was him letting them know that they, like he said, they finna, get down.
So get extra comfortable, kids. Okay. And to all the kids have like...
He literally says, so only kids. He started with that.
An hour left. So get extra comfortable.
Only kids. The kids have an hour left. What are the children doing right now that they only have an hour left? Are they playing? We don't see them playing outside in the yard. Where the fuck are the kids at while you're saying this shit? What do you mean they only have an hour left? And then to say, get extra comfortable, but then say you gotta go. Again, them two don't add up.
Comfortable kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
Get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, it's a wrap. Y'all gotta go, because then this thing is gonna turn into something you're gonna want to come to when you're an adult. So you are subliminally marketing and damn near soliciting to the children, you're going to want to come to my freak offs when you get older. Sir, how in the entire fuck is that appropriate? For you to be encouraging the kids to want to come to your freak offs when they're older? See, again, I'm going to roast your stupid ass every time. How do you low-key invite the kids to want to come back when they're older? That's disgusting. Now, I'm freaky and I'm outspoken and open. But when I'm a mother, I'm not finna be, ooh, you know what? When you get older, you should go. Fuck that shit. The fuck? They shouldn't be there in the first goddamn place. Period. I don't give a fuck if it's a all-white party and you want to make it seem like, just the whole idea of family-friendly and freak-offs just don't add up. I'm sorry, that shit don't add up at all. Dolly, good to see you, my love. It just don't add up. I really hope she's okay too, bruh, because that shit is weird, bro. It's really weird. Also, the girl from The Ring that Daddy and Ashton invited to after party. Yep. The girl from the VMAs is the one who named Jay-Z. That later redacted her testimony They also said she had inconsistencies. Again, I mean, are we seeing a pattern now? They literally said, let me pull it up. They said she had inconsistencies in her story. The next thing you know, she withdraws her allegations and the case gets, dismissed. She withdraws with prejudice. The disgusting thing is, if they really did all of these horrendous things, they're feeling like they're getting away with it. But like I said, God's going to hold all of y'all accountable. You're not getting away with shit. Yep, Jay-Z files a defamation lawsuit against the Jane Doe who accused him of rape. God, he's so fucking ugly. And them ugly ass, Timu ass fucking dreads, bruh. Let me roast your ugly ass right quick. You and them fucking Timu ass dreads is be pissing me off. Makes my ass itch. I don't like it. Yeah, him trying to say she made false allegations, but later, yep. The woman withdrew her lawsuit with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. She had added Jay-Z as a defendant in December, 2 months after the lawsuit was filed against Combs in federal court in New York City. In the lawsuit, she alleged the two men raped her in 2000 when she was 13 at the MTV Video Music Awards after party in Manhattan. She said a limo driver for Combs offered her a ride to the party at a private residence. Jay-Z's lawsuit cites inconsistencies. I keep telling y'all it's a pattern with them always saying they got inconsistencies in their testimony. Jay-Z's lawsuit cites inconsistencies in the woman's account that were reported by NBC. She said that after the alleged assault, she fled the house and called her father for a ride home from the gas station, but her father said in an interview with NBC News that he didn't recall making the more than 5-hour drive from Rochester, New York, where they lived at the time, to pick her up. Sounds like the dad got paid off to lie against his own fucking daughter, you fucking piece of shit. And if that's the goddamn truth, if you allegedly did that shit, it's because your ass probably participated in same activity. And maybe Jay-Z knew that shit and was gonna put your shit out there. See, birds of a feather flock together and they cover for each other like a motherfucker. How do you not back up your daughter, sir? This motherfucker ain't shit. That's your daughter. And a lot of people, when this first came out, everybody was saying that shit on Instagram. Bruh, he had to have paid bro off. Cause what the fuck? I think about my future daughter. I swear to God. I swear to God. One thing about a Scorpio is the fierce way we protect our own. You wouldn't draw another breath on this planet, you touch my child. Not one. And for the father to not back up his daughter is just fucked up. Completely fucked up. He ain't shit at all. Yep. Agreed. Yep. Exactly. Thank you. She was drugged. Her memory was fucked up. Common sense knows trauma comes and goes in waves. That's exactly what I said. Even about Cassie, even about when you say inconsistencies, unless you've been raped, you don't understand the psychological trauma, how it takes chunks of your fucking memory. Because that's the only way your mind knows how to cope with the trauma. That's why people like us still are suffering from fucking PTSD. That's how come sometimes you have flashbacks and flashes of what happened to you, and some part of it you don't remember. That doesn't mean it didn't fucking happen. That's what I just said earlier today. That's why this shit be pissing me off, bro. You know how many women and men have been raped that don't remember every single detail? That doesn't mean the shit didn't fucking happen. So for them to continue to use this inconsistencies bullshit as a reason to dismiss and be dismissive of the allegations against Diddy and Jay-Z is some fucking bullshit, bro. And I don't give a damn if the government and if the system doesn't hold them accountable. You gonna stand before God, even if your ass go to hell. At some point, you gonna stand before God and have to answer for that shit. And Diddy, you're not getting out of jail in my funky Dineva voice. You is gonna spend the rest of your life behind bars, sir. So go on and get your top 3 bottom bitches. You know, you probably already got them motherfuckers in MDC. I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. A real father would never do that. They would back up their child. Yeah. I want to know more about that. I will research that offline. Because this is not okay for me. As, like I said, as someone who's been sexually assaulted as a child and an adult more than once, this is not okay. It's not okay that they're ignoring the RICO, that they're not, like, if the Cassie part of the trial is going on for weeks, when the fuck are they going to start talking about the RICO charges and the witnesses? No, this is the artist chick. Yeah, that's that chick that don't like black people but be fucking black dudes. I can't stand her stupid ass either. No, what the fuck? Okay, you know what? I don't know what the hell, but stop doing that. So the dad, you know what? The way her father's about to pay in real life and the afterlife is going to be horrible. The woman also said in her interview with NBC that she had spoken to the musician Benji Madden at the party, but a representative for Madden said that neither Benji nor his brother Joel attended the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. The brothers were not accused of any wrongdoing. In addition, images from that evening show Jay-Z and Combs at a different location from the one the woman described, although their whereabouts for the entire evening is unclear. That alone is way too ambiguous to be, considered as some sort of proof to discredit her. Busby has filed more than 30 lawsuits on behalf of men, not just females, men and women, accusing Combs of sexual abuse. After the woman's suit was withdrawn, his attorney said they were vindicated. No, somebody was allegedly intimidated and threatened to redact their statement. Guess who else said the same was done to him? Jonathan Hay. After Jonathan Hay put out there about Rihanna and Jay-Z's alleged romantic relationship, he was coerced and told by Jay-Z's representatives to redact that story and to go on record and say that he lied. It doesn't mean that he lied. But if he wanted to keep his job, just like how they made Piers Morgan apologize to Beyonce and Jay-Z for the Jaguar Wright interview, for the accusations Jaguar said. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit be pissing me off. What if this really happened to this young lady at 13? Can you imagine being 13? And having grown ass fucking men gang raping you? Can you just try to imagine that? You don't want to imagine that. And then to have people discredit you when you finally do come forward, you know how angry that makes me, and it didn't even happen to me. It makes me angry for the Jane Doe. Because again, it's a pattern of behavior. Oh, there's inconsistencies. Oh, they're after money. Let's make sure everyone she says that she saw or talked to says that they have an alibi. Because one thing we know about the industry is they gonna cover for each other. Nah, man, I'm gonna say you wasn't there. I'm gonna say I'm gonna make sure y'all got an alibi, so if they ever snitch, we gonna make sure. It makes me want to vomit just saying this shit, let alone imagining her go through this shit. And as an empath and as a woman who's been sexually abused, most of these women, when they finally do come forward, they're not lying. The reason it takes so long to come forward is because you don't want to face what happened to you. Your coping mechanism is to try to forget it. It is to bury it. It is to deny that it happened to you because you don't want to relive what the fuck happened to you. Because when you relive it, you relive the fucking trauma. And people who have PTSD do suffer from having some sort of short-term memory loss. When you are raped, it takes a chunk of your fucking mind, your body, and your soul. It's meant to do that. It doesn't mean the shit didn't fucking goddamn happen. So we got all these people that are making light of this Diddy case and the allegations against Jay-Z, and they are victim shaming the victims, which will discourage other victims from coming forward. Let's make sure we put out in the mainstream media that Jane Doe was lying. So that this ugly motherfucker, I could not imagine this nigga being on top of me. I'm sorry. His whole face makes me want to vomit. Your face makes my ass itch, sir. You and them ugly ass, Timu ass fucking pre-rolled dreads that don't match your goddamn nappy roots and no fucking picture, nigga. There's no fucking way I could ever let this nigga touch me. I don't give a damn. I don't care if this motherfucker paid me billions of dollars. There's no way. Your face is beyond unfortunate. It's disgusting. So now he feels victorious while the alleged victim feels defeated. A lot of people said he must have paid her off. She said herself, no, he threatened and intimidated me and told me I had to say that. Again, Jonathan Hayes said the same thing. Now, how do we have two different people, same experience, different time frames? Why is the music industry covering for sexual abusers? Why? Thank you. You fight for your kids till death. Exactly. You don't fucking back up a goddamn abuser over your own child, especially when it's your daughter. It's disgusting. Exactly. Thank you. Again, we're not saying that we don't want Cassie to have justice. I want everybody to have justice. Cassie, all the other people who have made the accusation, everybody. But can we please focus on the kids that are still being abducted? Can we figure out a way to stop the shit? How do we stop it? Exactly. It must have took that woman so much to come out and to so abruptly be dismissed. Thank you. That was the whole agenda. Because what this also does is it sets a precedence to not believe victims that come forward after her. It puts a frequency out to not believe accusers anymore. Because, all these women just want money. Well, we don't know where the fuck Ava Baroni is at. Ain't nobody heard from her ass. We got Diddy, encouraging children at the fucking freak-offs to get comfortable, while also saying, and this is going to turn into something that you might want to come to when you're an adult, so you're again trying to solicit children, sir, to attend a sex party when they're older. This shit is just all over disgusting. It's just all the way disgusting. And again, the award goes to Diddy for being, you get the roast award for being the dumbest villain I've ever seen that constantly snitches on your stupid motherfucking ass. And I'm going to tell you who gets the second award. Jaguar Wright for supporting your stupid ass and then telling you to snitch and then you snitched on her. Gary Owen, you get 3rd place for being a dumbass motherfucker that sat up and made light of Cassie's testimony with Ali Sadiq, who I've heard some things about his ass allegedly being involved in certain sane freak off activity allegedly. And then the last one is Jean Dale falling asleep ass for saying that you could have been Janice's husband. When a lot of people said Janice ain't even Diddy's mom, allegedly. Who he had the white fingernails, you know, like Cassie said, he made her paint her fingernails white and shit to be jacking off niggas, and while he sat there and recorded it and masturbated allegedly. And then Janice got the same goddamn white fingernails and you kissing her on the lip. You know, Cause when I have my kids, you a grown ass man. Don't you put your crusty lips on me. I don't know where the fuck your mouth been. That's nasty as hell. Grown ass man kissing your alleged mom. Nigga, fuck you. Fuck you and her, that nasty bitch. Y'all both nasty as hell. If she is your mom or your aunt, she probably made you how the fuck you are. Both of y'all nasty as hell. She need to be locked up too. So yeah, you got people talking about these parties were incredible. The best food, the best music, drinks, entertainers, people with fire. Why do you need people with fire? Why is fire involved if y'all weren't doing satanic rituals, Diddy? Remember how on my last live when we talked about the cloven tongues of fire, and I showed y'all how that's related to hell and satanic shit? Yeah. So why you got people with fire if y'all aren't participating in conjuring spirits through satanic sexual abuse, allegedly? That's what that lines up with. Sacrifices. You know, God damn it. Oh, I hate the touchscreen. That's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, here we go. That's the photo I was looking for. You know, people with fire is real telling. Because I only know that fire in nature is used for dark magic. Especially black mass Santeria activity. You know, just saying. Is this the kind of people with fire that you had at your white party, Diddy? It's real telling. People with fire. And so many people saying that you allegedly did a bunch of satanic sacrifices. It's just very telling, sir. Then to go on to say, Fonseca said of the parties which were often attended by celebrities such as Ashton Kutcher. I love how Ashton Kutcher is the first one she named, and Ashton tried to say that he wasn't close to Diddy. But nigga, you've been friends with Diddy since you was about 18, 19 years old. Ashton Kutcher's name first. Who Ashton Kutcher had an advocacy to help children who were survivors of sexual abuse. He talked about how he was sent a video of children right around his own kid's age being raped on video. Why the fuck is anybody sending you that? That's number one. Why would somebody send you that? Number two, why would you watch it? Because he said, you know, it made me break down. And he started to cry. He's like, to see children my own age being raped. Why the fuck are you watching that shit? Who the fuck sent it to you? You have an advocacy against sexual abuse and you say that that was the reason you decided to start your advocacy? Why? I'm not watching no nasty fucking shit like that. And to the motherfucker that sent it, whether they sent it as a threat or not, why the fuck did you watch it? Were you forced to watch it at gun? I mean, it just don't make no goddamn sense to me. I don't give a fuck what nobody send to me. If I know that's what it is, I'm not watching that. And if I don't know what it is, and I start watching a video, and the minute I see some shit, I'm cutting it the fuck off. What the hell? Let me pull that up, because see, Ashton kept trying to make light of the Diddy situation and then he kept saying, well, I can't, well, there was that, well, I can't talk about this. I can't, why the fuck you can't talk about shit, Ashton? See, I have an issue with people calling themselves advocates. It's real weird. Yeah, Ashton Kutcher helped save 6,000 kids from human trafficking. Ashton Kutcher steps down from anti-child sex trafficking organization after Masterson letter. For those who are not, I'm grew up in Nebraska, like I told y'all. That 70s show was one of my favorite shows. This ruined a lot of my like teenage years for me, because that's literally my favorite TV show of all time. And Danny Masterson played Hyde. And apparently him and Danny Masterson were friends in real life, and him and Danny Masterson also attended the freak-offs with Diddy, and they were good friends with Diddy. Ashton and Danny Masterson, and for those who don't know, Danny Masterson was arrested and convicted for the rape of multiple women. Not alleged. He's locked up right now for having raped multiple women. Back in the day. Who finally came forward. And guess who wrote a letter of support for Danny Masterson? Ashton Kutcher and his wife, Mila Kunis, aka Jackie from that 70s show. And Kelso. Also, Mila Kunis started working on that 70s show when she was 13 because she lied and told them people she was 16. She had a whole relationship with Ashton Kutcher when she was 16 and he was, I believe, 18. They wrote a letter in support of Danny Masterson to try to help him to not get convicted, and it didn't work. So yeah, after people drug him for filth, how do you write a letter in support of a man who got convicted for raping women, multiple women, and you and your wife wrote a letter of support, but you and your wife have a whole anti-child sex abuse organization? So yeah, he stepped down in 2023. That's when I lost all respect for him. Yeah, you know what, Ashton? Your eyes is guilty too. I don't give a damn. You know, all these motherfuckers, it's interesting how everybody at these Diddy parties in one way or another are actually being brought down. And he looks very, just disturbed. I'll say that. Yep, Ashton Kutcher has stepped down as chairman of Thorn, the anti-child sex abuse organization he co-founded. His resignation comes days after he and his wife, Mila Kunis, publicly addressed the letters they wrote in support of That 70s Show castmate and convicted rapist, Danny Masterson. And you and Danny kicked it at the Diddy parties all the fucking time. It's interesting how Danny Masterson got arrested in 2023 and now goddamn Diddy, your homeboy's on trial, my nigga. And you ain't said a goddamn thing about Diddy other than the fact what you can't talk about. How Sway, how the fuck you got an anti-child sex abuse organization but you was down with Diddy freak-offs? Just miss me with the bullshit, bro. Y'all some of the dumbest villains, I swear to fucking God. And I can't wait, Ashton, for you and Mila. As much as I love y'all as actors and actresses, I hope y'all motherfuckers get locked up too. I really do. Because it's the goddamn audacity for you to have a whole organization, but you was in regular attendance at the same fucking white parties where this stupid motherfucker is telling kids to goddamn get comfortable and soliciting for them to come back as adults to his sex parties. What the fuck? Again, just stupid motherfuckers. Meanwhile, no one's talking about the Rico. Yeah, LeBron James. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. The fuck? There we got Janice. Janice is always next to this nigga like that's her nigga. Not like that's her son. Then notice he got his tongue out, which means in the whole Illuminati Masonic shit that they're willing to be a sacrifice. Now he's sitting in MDC. Just saying. It said there was no VIP area that was closed off. It was like everybody was a VIP in East Hampton. He had some people go inside the living room, and he also had the bedroom upstairs on the balcony. So, yeah. Oh, there's Ashton. The irony that this motherfucker's right fucking here. Yeah, Ashton, mister, I was never close with Diddy. Well, sir, that is you swinging probably on GHB because you got them goddamn cheap ass, stupid ass sunglasses on. You know, it amazes me when people lie, and there's people like me that research everything. The fuck you mean you was never at a Diddy party? You at one right here. Just like when TD Cakes said that whole ass shit that he never went to a Diddy party, but yet there's a whole video of TD Cakes having a birthday celebration where Jay-Z and Diddy are right there with this nigga. He just stepped down as pastor and tried to blame his medical incident, which a lot of people are now saying was staged. And I told y'all that shit was allegedly staged from the moment it happened. So yeah. Yeah, and the fact that Ashton was the first one named, sir, you can have several seats. I'm about sick and tired of all you fake ass advocates from Hollywood and the music industry that aren't actual advocates. It looks like you guys try to pretend to be advocates to get people off your fucking radar. But my very overly analytical scorpionic ass is on y'all asses until you're all held accountable for your involvement in the fucking bullshit. This don't make no goddamn sense. What Jay-Z allegedly did to this woman don't make no... Yeah, notice how they underlined inconsistencies. Let me go back. Notice how they underlined... Hold on. I hate when the touchscreen does that bullshit. They underlined the woman withdrew her lawsuit. They put it in red, just like they do in the Bible when they say that Jesus be talking. Then they put in red and underline, she alleged 2 men raped her. Then they underline inconsistencies in the woman's account. Don Richards, inconsistencies. Cassie, inconsistencies. It's always some inconsistencies when they don't want to take account for what they are being accused of. Let's dismiss everything these motherfuckers are saying. Meanwhile, we got Mr. Get Some, who's only popular, again, off of our community. Let's keep it real. As you can see, I unsubscribed. We got him and Ali Sadiq speaking on Diddy and Cassie. And basically, Ali Sadiq says, well, I'm not saying Cassie's a hoe, but, you know, it's like a hoe trying to take her pimp to jail. You basically just called her a hoe, sir. The fuck? How, Sway? You got a daughter. So if this shit happened to your daughter, I bet you would be like the Jane Doe daddy where, you would take the payout. You wouldn't stand by your daughter. You'd be that father that would think that she was lying. That's what it's given. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Gary that he, both of y'all are fucked up for doing this shit as far as I'm concerned. Don't make no goddamn sense. Ashton definitely, I believe Ashton got some skeletons in his closet, and that's why he's being so goddamn quiet. Me and my friends in high school, we each had a 70s show character, and I was Hyatt. It made me... Yeah. Me too, fam, because Hyatt was one of my favorite ones. Like, him and Ashton together were comedy gold on that show. So when I found that out, I was so distraught, bro. Like, for real. Yep, Diddy had Ashton host a white party one year, the swing. Exactly. Exactly. Neptune Pisces, thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Just catch the replay, fam. So, yeah, I look at all these people that, again, we have not heard. The most we've heard Ashton say is what he can't talk about. We have not heard him actually speak on what he witnessed or what went on at a Diddy party outside of him claiming that nothing went on. But sir, if you were allegedly involved in said activities, of course you're going to say nothing went on. Same with Kalina Harper. They said it was easy to pay her off because she allegedly was strapping, some of them bitches at the damn freak-offs. Like they said that Jaguar allegedly did. That allegedly Jaguar and her was strapping women and men. Allegedly. Which I could see that. Especially as a dominatrix, I could definitely see that. But he's the most disturbing because you have a whole anti-child sex abuse organization, which means that you've capitalized. Because even if it's nonprofit, you're getting grants, you're getting funding, and to give such a heartfelt, speech. I wonder if I can find it about how, I started this advocacy because. I went. Shut the fuck up, bruh. Yeah, and this whole he's a savior. He saved 6,000 kids from human trafficking, but how many did you allegedly participate in trafficking, sir? Because that's what's being said about you out in these YouTube and in these Instagram and TikTok and Twitter streets is that you allegedly did participate, and that your organization was a cover to get people to not look at you as someone who may have been involved. Because the women that accused Danny Masterson were adults. So why would you need to step down? Well, because you wrote a letter in support of a convicted rapist, sir. It's disgusting. Quit doing the map shit. And I think that speech was on, was it C-SPAN? It was one of those. Yeah, yep. Again, fair use. This one I want y'all to hear because, and I also want you to pay attention to the lady, hold up. Pay attention to this bitch. Matter of fact, I'm making this full screen. Pay attention to her while he's talking. I want you to pay attention to how she looks aroused as he's speaking about children being trafficked and raped. Everything about this bitch feels very demonic, and she looks like one of them bitches that would be involved allegedly with abductions. Disgusting. Again, fair use disclaimer scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
We met victims that have been trafficked from Mexico, victims in New York and New Jersey and all across our country. I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play.
Pause. Why, as an advocate, did you need to watch that? Why? It just seems like, as much as I hate to say this, this seems very performative to get people to support his organization.
I've been on the other end of a phone call from my team asking for my help because we had received a call from the Department of Homeland Security telling us that a 7-year-old girl was being sexually abused and that content was being spread around the dark web. And she...
Pause. A 7-year-old girl was being sexually abused and that content was being spread around the dark web. Again, Jaguar said this is why you get, you know, second place award for being the dumbest goddamn villain during my roast. You said you would watch the dark web. You monitored the dark web to see who is being sold and what is being shopped. Now, pause just for a second. No, that's not the right one. Go back. Okay, satanic ritual calendar, right? Again, satanic ritualistic abuse usually takes place during their holidays. Okay, let's take a look at the very first satanic celebration. That's a sexual ritual starting the beginning of the year, January 17th, satanic revels, sexual ritual, oral, anal, vaginal, 7 to 17 female. 7 to 17 fucking female. That's the age of both of my two youngest nieces. They're between those ages. The thought of, that's why I will never post them anywhere on my social media. Never. I deleted all of my nieces and nephews off my shit years ago. Because they're beautiful young girls. 7 to 17. There's another sexual satanic revels. Guess what? The fucking day of the goddamn Grammys. This year, February 2nd, Candlemas, Sabbatic Goat Festival, Blood Ritual, Animal and or Human Sacrifice. Same day, Satanic Revels, Sexual Ritual. Again, Oral, Anal, Vaginal. Again, 7 to fucking 17 female. So everybody that want to call me a goddamn conspiracy theorist, again, this fucking shit is lining up with what the fuck is going on right goddamn now. He just confirmed that shit. 7-year-old being conditioned to abuse. A child should be allowed to be a fucking child. That's 1 year before I started getting sexually abused as a child, from 8 to 11 years old, for 3 years. It's not a game. This is nothing to play with. This shit fucks people up. And you gotta deal with that shit as an adult. Having those flashbacks. Reliving that shit. Wishing you couldn't. Wishing you could just fucking forget it. That it never fucking happened. But guess what? It did. And again, look at this nasty bitch behind him. He's describing horrific things and she's looking at him like she want to fuck him right in the goddamn court. Something wrong with your ass, bitch. And for all I know, this motherfucker looked like she done probably goddamn abused some fucking kids. She got that look and that energy all over her ass. So everybody want to wonder why the fuck D focuses on this shit, because it's exposing what the fuck is really going on in these goddamn industries, bruh. It's really exposing this shit. And it's disturbing as fuck to me. That's okay, fam. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. He's a good actor all up front. You up here crying again. Why the fuck is you don't need to watch these videos to advocate for these kids. It's weird.
They've been being abused and they watched her for 3 years and they could not find the perpetrator.
Run that back.
Watched her for 3 years. Really abused, and that content was being spread around the dark web. And she had been being abused and they'd watched her for 3 years.
That content was being spread around the dark web. She'd been being abused and they watched it for 3 fucking years. You know how disgusting you gotta be to watch some shit like that? People that purchase kiddie porn, fuck censoring shit for YouTube. Let's call it what the fuck it is. It's disgusting. You are literally mentally ill if you want to sit and watch children being sexually abused. There is something really wrong with your ass. And the people that do this, y'all, are politicians, again, police officers, attorneys, governors, senators, presidents, teachers, military personnel, preachers, pastors, pimps, popes of all religions, women too. We got the fucking Dalai Lama forcing children to, not children, boys in particular, to kiss him and to activate their tongue with him. What the fuck? Massage my tongue? What in the entire fuck? But you're this great spiritualist. Man, miss me with the bullshit, bro. Straight up. Miss me with all this bullshit.
Years, and they could not find the perpetrator, asking us for help. We were the last line of defense. An actor and his foundation were the potential last line of defense.
It's interesting how he referred to himself as an actor with his foundation. We're the potential last line of defense. Well, sir, you know what? That really went out the window. Let's go back. That went out the window when you defended and wrote a letter of support. There we go. There's Kelso and Jackie and Hyde. For those who never watched that 70s show, it was one of my favorite shows growing up. This is Ashton Kutcher as Kelso, Mila Kunis as Jackie, and Hyde, who is Danny Masterson, who is a convicted rapist. And Mila and Ashton wrote a letter of support of their good friend Danny Masterson to try to help him not have to do as much time and to try to help prevent him from being convicted. And it did not work. He is in jail as we speak. And again, Mila Kunis did an interview where she said that she lied to get the role of Jackie on that 70s show because the minimum age was 16. And she said she was 16 when she in fact was 13. Her and Ashton started dating on the set. Now, that's just part of the fuckery that is the Rico, you know what I'm saying? It's all this shit's tied to Diddy. All these motherfuckers are tied to Diddy. And everybody who's tied to Diddy is being silent as fuck. Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait. Yep. Oh, look. Ashton and Danny. And Danny looked like he is tweaking. Them pupils look awfully dilated, sir. Oh, here we go. Mr. We were never friends with Diddy. Well, you know what, Ashton? Just like when Jay-Z said that he, didn't know Diddy, but yet Diddy's kids, refer to him as uncle. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, in this picture, I see the demon and I see Baphomet very clear over his third eye. I definitely see the rape demon on him, for sure. It's disgusting. Here's another picture. Ashton, Danny, Diddy. Here's another picture. Oh, and then there's Fez. What's his name? Wilder Valderramas. Fez was my favorite one too. But Fez had a real bad drug problem. Real bad. Not alleged. He got locked up for that shit several times. Is that Jamie Foxx? Yep, that's Jamie Foxx. Mr. Diddy drugged me and tried to kill me. Well, it looks like you was right there. Here's the other interesting factor is the fact that Danny Masterson is a Scientologist. So yeah, everybody was going in on Ashton. And then Mila and Ashton. And Mila and Ashton defending their good friend, Danny, who is a convicted rapist once again. So yeah, all this is just very interesting. The people that are being silent or... he, again, y'all been friends a long time, bruh. Hell, this is when you were playing Kelso. You feel me? Like, you were very young. Oh, and of course, that's him and Demi Moore. And y'all know that Ashton was married to Demi Moore before he was married to Mila. And a lot of people said that Demi groomed him, but he said that Demi was his crush growing up until they got married and he found out that she was a damn cokehead. And Demi Moore has been accused of having inappropriate relationships with young men that were teenage boys as well. So again, all these birds of a feather have been flocking together, and perverts of a feather flock together. And there you are with Diddy again, sir. So yeah, you had to resign. And if we really think back, that resignation in 2023, because I think maybe, Ashton, you knew what was coming in 2024. Let's just keep it a stat. Yeah, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis's tumultuous feelings about Danny. This is when they did that bullshit video apologizing for writing said letter of support after they both got drugged for filth. And that was right, I think, around the time Diddy was getting arrested, if I'm not mistaken, or right before that. So yeah, Ashton and Danny Masterson were regulars on the Diddy freak-off invitation list. So Ashton, I guess you'll get the 4th place award for being the dumbest fucking villain. But number 1 goes to Diddy for literally you just constantly snitching on yourself. And then, you know, there's this very incriminating video of you telling children to get, you know, extremely comfortable at the freak-offs and the white party, while telling them that they're going to want to come back later when they're older. But you're innocent and the RICO charges are just trumped up charges. Make it make sense, sir. Because why are you and this convicted rapist so close if you didn't do... You feel what I'm saying? Like, if perverts of a feather flock together and he's been convicted and he's probably not going to get out of prison. He's probably going to spend the rest of his life in jail as well. I don't know what the fuck makes you think. And let me just keep it a stat. You a whole nigga. He's white. If anybody was going to get off on the charges, we know black people that they will let a white person off before they ever let a black person off. And that's not no, that's my real life experience. So if he is sitting down, what the fuck makes you think you about to get out of jail, sir? It ain't going to happen. Because he was only accused by, I think, 3 women and convicted. You've been accused by hundreds. It ain't just Cassie. It's not just Don Richards. You've been accused by hundreds, as well as minors, sir. So we have to question, why the fuck is Gary Owen and Al Sadiq saying, what is Diddy really on trial for? What the fuck? And this was posted, let's get the date. Yeah, 2 days ago. Well, now technically 3 days ago because it's after midnight. May 23rd. What do you mean, what is he on trial for? This shit been going on for far too long for you to not know, sirs. And how do 2 men who claim that they don't understand why Diddy's being arrested, then if you don't understand it, why the fuck are you even speaking on it? How much research have you actually done, Mr. Owen? And you owe the entire black community, we put your ass on, let's be real. So it's real weird. No, she said it multiple times that she monitors the dark web every hour on the hour. Right. Yep, thank you, Neptune. That's why they keep trying to get me off this platform, because I'm waking people the fuck up. They can call me conspiracy theorist and crazy all they want. So far, everything I've been showing has been resonating and has been on point. Not at all. Yep. All these fucking elite goddamn predators don't make no fucking sense. Yep. Thank you for reminding me of that. You're absolutely right. I remember that. All of that happened around the same time. The girl that mysteriously ended up dead, whose house he just happened to be at. You went to the house and the very next day she ended up dead. And she was also allegedly a whistleblower. Yeah. Highly weird. The fame industry is the most evil. Exactly. Yep. Brittany Murphy, right? Yep, who he was dating. Exactly. Yep. And her mysterious death, and allegedly Diddy helped stage. I heard that way back then. And y'all remember Ashton played in that movie with Brittany Murphy, just married. It wasn't too long after that she all of a sudden mysteriously just turned up, gone. Tech Nikki, good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. So, you know, I just look at the company Diddy has kept. We got convicted rapists. We got a man admitting to watching children being raped and saying that he was an advocate for anti-child, sex trafficking, but yet you watched multiple videos of children being abused and saying that that's the reason and it's down to, the guy used to be an actor in his advocacy group. Well, I think the reason they didn't take you serious, Ashton, is not because you used to be an actor, but because maybe they knew about your alleged nefarious involvement in the Diddlers fuck shit. I wonder, Ashton, did you and Mila take your kids to these parties where he encouraged children to get comfortable after admitting that they was about to be getting freaky? Can we run that? Let me run it back one more again. Since some people are just tuning in. Yeah, because I forgot. I did play this at the beginning. I'm going to run this back one more again, then I'm going to end the live because I can feel my sleep aid kicking in.
That don't mean y'all should be extra tight. Okay, we going to have DJ Cassidy right now get on the ones and twos. We fed y'all, we gave y'all some drinks, now it's time to enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is a legendary.
He said we fed y'all, we gave y'all some drinks. Not... It's just certain things stand out to me the way people say it. We gave y'all some drinks. I remember when I seen Gene Deal on Storm and Rose channel, Stormisha, Bussy, Alizé Jenkins, and Storm did an in-person interview with Gene Deal where he offered Gene Deal a bottle of water and Gene Deal refused to take it. He was like, man, why? He said, man, because at them Diddy parties, they would be lacing that shit with GHB and then put the top back on. And he said, and a lot of times they would inject the bottles with these really thin needles that, you couldn't, it basically wouldn't puncture to the point where the water fell out. And he was like, man, it's a lot of people that got taken advantage of drinking water from Diddy. Again, sir, if you're an innocent bystander, security guard, how would you know that? Just like how did Jaguar know to tell Goomba all the details about how they were going to stage, they're going to stage Goomba doing a murder-suicide after raping his girlfriend and children and him. How did Jaguar and Gene Deal know so much about the goings-on with all the satanic nefarious shit if they weren't involved? That's what I want to know. How do y'all know so much? Who told you? And how involved were you guys in the goings-on that happened?
Every white party, it's the real white party. Make some noise if you've been here before. Okay. And to all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
That whole... I just don't understand how people didn't see through this shit, or did they knowingly... I feel like a lot of these parents knowingly sacrifice their children for money and for fame. Like the lady who had the 30-year-old son that said that Diddy allegedly assaulted him when he was 6. He said they were at the same freak-off parties. The white parties is what they called them. He said, and Diddy was grabbing me from behind and holding me inappropriately, and it made me feel uncomfortable, even as a 6-year-old. The man didn't speak out about it until he was 30. For those who keep saying, why are they waiting so long to come forward? Have you ever been raped? If you haven't, please shut the entire fuck up. You don't know what that shit does to you. Most people don't want to come forward because they know that a lot of people aren't going to believe them. That's straight up. They know that a lot of people are not going to believe them. So the victim shaming that's going on right now with Cassie, Don Richard, and all the other people who are finally having the courage to come forward is just disgusting how they keep doing that same fucking pattern. It's also disgusting that Ashton ain't been saying a goddamn thing about the case. Not opposed, not a, I hope the victims get justice. He just avoiding the shit. Just like all other motherfuckers that are being silent or leaving the country. Like that's going to somehow absolve them. It's not.
Okay? So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good.
Heard what he said. Let's start to get our groove on in a little bit. And in an hour, we put the kids away. Run it back. That's what that nigga just said.
Okay. So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. In an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good.
In an hour, we put the kids away, so it's all good. Again, where the fuck are you putting the goddamn kids away at? Because notice again, he didn't say take them home. He said put the kids away. Remember the telephone call Diddy had with Christian from Jaya? I need you to make sure you get rid of all the pizza boxes and plastic. If y'all remember that, put a Y in the chat, please. The phone call where Diddy talked with his son. And he said more than once, make sure you get rid of the pizza boxes and the plastic. And anybody who knows anything about pedo language, pizza is a pedophile term. Get rid of the pizza boxes. So does that mean that were there sacrificed children? Like I swear to God, were there sacrificed children in boxes, aka possibly coffins or shipping containers? There was a lot of speculation behind him saying that, but especially after all this research, that's what it seems like. That might have been what he was talking about. Not to mention the very pedophile song that played on Men in Black, the new one, with Chris, was it Hemsway, where they played a song by Diddy. And he's talking about, girl, let's go out in nature where no one can see us. And basically speaking about doing, that fucking Santeria ritual shit. That bullshit. That let's go out in nature and worship the different gods that we worship, including Baphomet. Again, Sabbatic goat celebrations. Oh wait, let me go up. I missed some of y'all's comments. Thank you. Where the fuck has Ellen been? Thank you. Pizzagate. Yep. Thank you, Andrew. Knowing damn well they lying through their fucking teeth when there's so much evidence out there showing that they clearly was kicking it with him. Exactly. put them away. Make sure you put the kids away. Not take the kids home and come back. No, just put them away. So now y'all want people to believe that them same kids that was at these fucking parties that are adults now are all lying? No, I don't think so. Not at all. Especially given the fact that this nigga is inviting the children to want to come back and be a part of the free calls, which means that you have to know that at some point the children are going to see what you guys are doing. Because unless he is locking them in tunnels, they're aware of what's going on. They're not dumb.
Hey, DJ, let's hit it. Let's do it.
So, yeah, this shit is weird to me, how everybody is not paying attention to this shit in particular. It's very telling. And then again, like I said, there go Ashton again. Yeah, it was definitely the smart thing for your stupid ass to step down, sir, because this is not a good look for you. Not a good look at all. Exactly. And that's what I'm coming to, the conclusion I'm coming to. It seems like the trial is in and of itself as a distraction, just like all the different content creators. Let's think about this. Jaguar went from exposing Diddy, Jay-Z in the entire music industry on Storm and Rose channel, which is where I first found her in 2018. She went from consistently and adamantly speaking out against them to all of a sudden not really saying shit. And now you don't say shit at all, but you popped your ass up. You know, you popped your ass up at the damn hearing. Now, I'm going to show y'all something else. Hold on right quick. I want to show y'all something about Gary. Because again, this is also why I chose to roast him tonight. Okay, which screen is it on? Okay, I forgot. Yeah, it makes me separate it out. Now, Mr. Owen, who again has capitalized off of our black community by having his very public TV show with his black wife and, you know, getting all of us to support him. Yeah, they said, dude did a whole Brian McKnight. Gary Owen under fire for not talking to his older kids while celebrating first birthday of new twins. It's just very disturbing. Hold on. Now, this was published July of 2024. Comedian Gary Owen took a moment to wish his youngest sons a happy first birthday, but his heartfelt words were derailed when fans began calling him out over his strained relationship with his kids from his first marriage. In early 2023, rumors began swirling that the 49-year-old comedian was expecting twins following his messy divorce from ex-wife Kenya Duke. In 2024, while a guest on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, Owen finally confirmed that he and his new fiancée, Brianna Johnson, had welcomed 2 new bundles of joy, one white, one black. Because I guess this one, they do look a little bit different. But what's crazy is how do you not, even if they are adults, how do you not keep consistent communication with your first kids? When my dad got remarried to my stepmom, it wasn't like, oh, fuck my 2 oldest kids. No, he blended us. It's just weird. And how y'all had twins already. I mean, the shit with him. This is why I don't blame Kenya for being mad. Because this woman that he had these twins with is the woman that she says ruined their marriage. She was the homewrecker, allegedly. So you cheated on your wife of 18 years with this chick, which I ain't gonna hold you, she's not nearly as cute as Kenya. And then you had twins with her, and then you proposed to her. when you haven't even taken time to heal from your marriage, your 18-year marriage to Kenya. It's just weird. It's weird how motherfuckers will just move on like your life with her didn't exist when your life with her existed on social media. It existed on YouTube. It existed on a network. That's how he became famous. Like she said, she found him at a trailer park. He didn't even have no fucking money. Ironically, just like with Angie Stone and D'Angelo. D'Angelo got dropped from Virgin Records. Angie Stone made a phone call to Clive Davis and got him put on with J Records. And then he acted like she wasn't shit after he got put on. So again, Gary, you weren't better because you're a white man loving a black woman. You did the same shit these stupid ass niggas do. You're not different, and you're damn sure not better. Yeah, on July 14th, Owen took to Instagram to wish his twins. And it's weird that you named your child Royal Blue. That's real weird. In Rome, Bodie Owens a joyous first birthday. In true Gary fashion, he took a comedic approach to the birthday message, writing, "Happy first birthdays to my boys. Still trying to figure out how I got twins, and one looks like at Joy B and one looks like at CJ Stroud. You never know what you're getting with mixed babies. Old ass daddy twins." So, look who was the first to run to the comments. Miss Clout Chasing Claudia. So cute, friend. Congrats and happy birthday, little ones. Wrote model and talk show host Claudia Jordan. Now, since that, because I didn't know that T. Now that I know it, I'm about to pull up the other article. Because, see, you know, Claudia. You're kind of connected with a little too many people that are hella suspect in the industry. Just like you were connected with Kathy White. And by the way, Kenya can't stand Claudia. Yeah, let me show y'all right quick. See, to me, bringing all this out is like, yo, y'all be full of shit. Yeah, Kenya Duke. This was in 2021. So again, he been fucking with that bitch for a good minute. Kenya Duke says Gary Owen cheated with Claudia Jordan's associate. So apparently, you keep being tied to home wreckers, Claudia, and you've been called a home wrecker. You know, you was connected with Kathy White, with allegedly was Jay-Z's baby mama. Then you friends with this Brianna chick who, you know, Kenya says was the side bitch. Why are you, see, birds of a feather flock together. You keep saying that you're not a hoe, but you, in them, a lot of them pictures, you look like a very high priced escort. Why are your friends home wreckers, ma'am? How, Sway? Why, Claudia? Why is all your friends home wreckers, ma'am? But you always trying to act like you this, you know, pure Hollywood personality who's done no wrong, and everybody, especially the black community, is out to get you. But yet, you know, a lot of people been saying that you've been throwing that thing in a circle for quite some time, allegedly. So yeah, Kenya don't fuck with Claudia. That's why, again, see, Claudia, you do little underhand shit like this to be still supporting Gary Owen and to be the first one to comment on his twins. Was you fucking Gary too? You know, because that rumor went around for quite some time, especially in 2023. Quite some time. But yeah, Kenya blames Claudia. Yeah, over the weekend, news broke that wife of famous stand-up comedian Gary Owen had filed for divorce from him with no reason listed in sight. Well, now the fired-up mother has broken her silence and is alleging he was creeping. Kenya Duke, who was in a relationship, paused. They were married. To my knowledge, they were married, not unless they had a common law marriage. Regardless, they're saying in a relationship. All the other articles say they were married. with the comedian for more than 23 years, married for 18, so she pretty much grew up with this motherfucker. She is now alleging that Claudia Jordan might have had something to do with it. The clearly flustered 46-year-old called out Gary, 46, for cheating on his. I remember that when she did it. I remember that was all over the shade room and, you know, the neighborhood talk and all that. For cheating on Instagram earlier today, and name dropped Claudia Jordan, 47, who allegedly being down with the dirty dog and cited her as a friend to his alleged mistress. In a post, and delete, Kenya wrote, tried to be quiet out of respect for my kids, and she tagged Claudia. But at Claudia Jordan has me on one this morning. 23 years together, Gary didn't have shit but a raggedy pickup and good credit. No place to live. Dallas, Texas. Pause. Again, why is all these motherfuckers in Dallas? Where all these alleged satanic rituals have taken place and allegedly still are. No place to live. Dallas, Texas, you're an old ass should know. No, Dallas, Texas, your old ass should know better. So she's referring to Claudia as Dallas, Texas. Married, not separated, married. Thank you. It's weird that they keep trying to say they were together. No, they were married. And then she asked Gary, on all the energy you spent lying, acting, and creating a fake narrative for these bitches that want to be me. You could have done it with a veggie burger and a glass of fake filtered water. It says, Claudia seemingly responded to Kenya's claims and tweets. Of course, because that's what she does. She always claps back. Y'all seriously believe anything except the truth. Well, ma'am, you have been known to lie. So, you know, it's hard to know when you are telling the truth because you've been caught in so many fucking lies. I just hope the apology and the backpedal is as loud as the false accusation. That is all. Notice she didn't deny shit. She just jumped on the defensive like she always does. Now, Claudia says, Claudia Jordan responds to allegations she played a role in Gary Owen's divorce. The fact that I'm being dragged into this is stupid and just not true. You know, I find that you get dragged into a lot of things, Claudia, that you always, you know, deny. Why would people just drag you into shit if you ain't have nothing to do with it, ma'am? Like, really, what would be their motive? It's just weird. You're always a victim. Now it says, former Real Housewife, I wish they would stop referring to her as a Real Housewives of Atlanta star. She was never a regular cast member. She was a friend of the show. Shit don't make no goddamn sense how they keep fucking lying. Claudia found herself in the middle of all the mess when one of her followers asked if she had something to do with the couple's split. Jordan responded to the question. She also posted a couple of cryptic messages that seem related to the drama. Later in the day, Jordan took to Instagram Live, which was captured by the Jasmine brand, where she admitted that she and Owen have been friends for about 20 years. Pause. Why are you friends with all these men in the industry if you're not a whore? Now, it's one thing to have men as platonic friends, because I do. It's another thing when you know, have been accused of allegedly fucking all these motherfuckers and allegedly accused of fucking Jay-Z. It's weird. So her and Owen have been friends for about 20 years, and the fact that I'm being dragged into this is stupid and just not true, but you're also not denying about your alleged friend's involvement with this man while he was married. Jordan acknowledges that Duke is the one that pulled her into this drama. It's always somebody else. You're always a victim. It's getting old. It really is. Pulled her into this drama, and she is none too happy about it, saying she has reached out to friends of Kenya so we can talk woman to woman and not play this out in front of everybody. But I also feel like I want to keep it 100 with my peoples and tell the facts. She denies ever having been involved. Says, I have nothing to do with whatever is the reason of their divorce. Sometimes people just break up. So again, we have this man, and her saying Gary Owens is her buddy. So, yeah. It said, I have all your info. I'm going to deal with you in a minute. I'm a little busy now. You can have him, but you can't disrespect me and my kids in the process. Tried to, yeah. So, you know, it's, you became famous off of your black wife and your mixed children, but yet, it's been said that he's not even in his actual children's lives because he says we don't have kids, we have adults. So to Gary Owen, apparently because your children are adults, you don't feel a need to keep a, you know, good relationship with your adult children. Make that make sense? Well, they're kids, they don't need me. Yeah, your adult children do still need you as a father. Yeah. Gary Owen's new fiance, meet Brianna Johnson and the mother of his 9-month-old. He calls them black and white twins. That's weird too. But yeah, they had the twins and he proposed. That was awfully quick. And for them kids to be 9 months old, sir, shit. Sounds like he impregnated this woman while he was still with Kenya. That's just a slap in the face, especially after you done spent pretty much your whole. Now it says, yeah, it says that Kenya says this woman is the woman that allegedly he cheated with, and that this Brianna Johnson chick was at the core of their breakup. Says he doesn't financially support his wife, referring to herself. Although he has sent me zero money from a company I helped build, I'm still paying his bills. You can have him, but you don't have the money. No. Lawyer up, you have now become a big part of this divorce. And that's the thing. Because in certain states, if you can prove infidelity, you know, you can be financially compensated for that. And she's absolutely right. That when they started that flipping house business shit on their little show that they had, I almost fell off my yoga ball. On their show that they had, that became popular because one, Kenya's a very beautiful black woman, highly intelligent, highly, you know, business savvy, highly successful. She was successful before this man ever came in her life. And he really only, just like how Kevin Hart blew up making comedy about his ex, the mother of his children. Like, you know, you wouldn't have been famous without Gary, without your wife making you such. So it is a slap in the face when the same chick that she says, you know, you cheated on her with, you propose and impregnate her. It's weird. The Brianna Johnson chick announced her pregnancy and engagement to the movie star via social media in February of 2023. This shit is messy, bruh. It's real messy. But what's worse is this interview, or this video rather, not an interview, where they are discrediting Cassie. And, you know, what is Diddy really being on trial for type shit. Like, it just was disgusting to me. It was disgusting to me to hear both of these men make so light of what's going on with the Diddy trial. And to do it, you know, just about 10 days after the Diddy trial started. So I'm going to play this for fair use, and then I'm going to end the live because I think I fun-blade these motherfuckers quite nice. And again, fair use.
I'm still confused on what he's in trouble for.
I think they're building up the stuff.
Being freaky?
Now, here's what's interesting. As I scroll down in his description, he said, I thought this was a RICO case. If that's what you thought, why didn't you and Ali Sadiq spend time talking about the RICO? Why did y'all spend damn near this whole little 7-minute clip low-key, victim shaming Cassie? Not go stream my special Broken Family. Sir, you need to take your ass to a therapist. So yeah, there's my comment, because I was pissed off. I said, and I even added him, I said, as a survivor of sexual abuse as an adult and a child, it's disturbing to see you and Ali joking about this and making light of Diddy's RICO charges. The fact that your conversation starts off with, what is Diddy really being charged with, shows that neither of you have actually done research about this case as I have. Gary, if your daughter came to you and told you that she had been sexually assaulted or trafficked, would you be laughing and joking about this? This isn't about Diddy being a freak, because he wouldn't be sitting in MDC if so. There's been several allegations of minors being trafficked, abused, and sacrificed, in addition to the sexual and physical abuse allegations. Not gonna lie, Ali's voice, energy, and lack of empathy is very telling. Who knows what skeletons he has in his closet? What I know as a survivor is that perverts of a feather flock together and they always cover for each other. Ali's dismissive demeanor and deflection by bringing up R. Kelly makes him come across as if he's defending Diddy's behavior by doing a comparison of a pimp and a hoe, while stating that he's not calling Cassie a hoe, even though he's passively aggressively, subliminally saying that. Now, I know that's a run-on sentence, but I had to get it out. I've followed you and your comedy for years, especially because of how much you've embraced our melanin community, but this ain't it. I will not support you supporting Diddy and Ali. I hope your child never experiences what myself and many other women have. Nothing about this Diddy trial should be joked about. Both of you should be ashamed of yourselves, especially because you both have daughters. And after that, I unsubscribed, because nigga, fuck you. Fuck you and this bitch ass motherfucker you got on your platform, sir. Fuck both of y'all. What in the entire fuck does R. Kelly have to do with RICO? So I'm going to play this for fair use. Again, my copyright disclaimer is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. As you can see, any videos that were covered for the purposes of fair use, for purposes such as criticism, commentary, entertainment news reporting, scholarship, and investigative research.
He's on another level. He the stuff. I don't know what he's in trouble for.
And if y'all can hear this, put a Y in the chat. This Ali person saying, I don't know what he's in trouble for, sir, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up and expeditiously.
So far, I'm still confused on what he's in trouble for. I think they're building up the stuff. Being freaky.
Pause. I'm still confused about what he's in trouble for. Being freaky. RICO is not freakiness, sir. Sexual abuse is not freaky. That's abuse. And how the fuck you saying you didn't know what he's on trial for? That means either you don't follow the trial or you're supporting Diddy by just basically being dismissive of it. It's almost like he's defending Diddy because maybe, just maybe, again, he might have some of his own skeletons in his closet.
He's on another level. Is he on Hugh Hefner's level? I don't know about that. That's the thing. It's like Larry, what's the dude that on Hustler magazine? Larry, whatever. Larry Flint. Larry Flint. Is he on this level? Like, what level is he on that he is in a RICO case by himself? It reminds me of.
This is where it irritated my soul. Even though Diddy's being convicted, or well, I guess he is gonna get convicted since that came out my mouth, which I knew he would. Even though he's being accused of RICO, it's not just Diddy that's involved. Y'all do know that Jay-Z has also been allegedly named and being involved in said RICO. That's the reason why he will not give, allegedly, the reason he will not give Rymir a drug test, not a drug test, Jesus Christ, I'm getting tired, a DNA test. Because if it turns out Jay-Z is that boy's father, then that proves that Jay-Z was involved with his mother when indeed she was a teenager, I believe 16. And it's considered trafficking a minor if you travel from one state with a minor to another. And it's considered trafficking for sexual abuse if you are having that minor engage in non-consensual sexual activity. And even if it is consensual, it's still statutory rape. This is why I believe Jay-Z has ignored Rymir's request for some 14 years now, trying to get his paternity so that just so he can be acknowledged. Because that will have Jay-Z locked up. So it's just, again, it's weird to me that he puts in the description, I thought this was about Rico, but then y'all not really talking even about that.
I'm gonna keep everybody's name out of my mouth. Big time A-list athlete, right? He said, yo, it reminds me of, I'm gonna keep everybody's name out of my mouth. Big time A-list athlete, right? He said, yo, I thought I knew what party it was till I got with those A-list white boy actors. And he was like, bro, he goes, those guys, he was in Vegas, he goes, it was on another level. And the stories he told me, I was like, for real? But now I'm hearing all this Diddy shit, I'm going, oh, it's really like that in some circles.
Bruh, I'm not gonna say his name because he's doing good. We used to throw these parties and he would come to town and we would need him to go do press for the parties.
This is in Houston?
In Houston. So I went to...
Pause. This nigga's in Houston? Or was he in Houston? That's interesting. Not ticket sales, god damn it. Okay, let me put this. God, I gotta stop using the touchscreen. Okay. Does live in Houston. No, go to the Wikipedia, not that shit. Oh, that's that nigga. That's that nigga. Damn, yeah, he is out here. Wow, I'm just realizing this is a motherfucker I started following on Instagram. Let me think. That was... It is May. Yeah, last year. Cause I heard about him through this dude that I used to kind of deal with, and he was like, "Man, he's funny as fuck." And he told me that Ali Sadiq, I believe, had come out. I don't remember if he allegedly came out as bisexual or gay, but like he was something like he was afraid to live in his truth or some shit. I wonder who he's talking about when he's talking about this well-known, let me close some of these tabs. This well-known, yeah, because I remember I seen this on his Instagram when I started following him. That's interesting. So I need to know what the fuck be going down here, because Jaguar says she allegedly had a bounty on her head out here in Houston. She never said why. I'm feeling like perhaps Ali Sadiq might have witnessed some of these satanic rituals and that's why he's downplaying this shit. That's just a theory based off of my spiritual gift.
His hotel room, me and my friend, to get him, and we could not find him. We used to throw these parties, and he would come to town.
And the stories he told me, I was like, for real? But now I'm hearing all this Diddy shit, and I'm going, oh, it's really like that in some circles.
Bruh, I'm not gonna say his name because he's doing good. We used to throw these parties, and he would come to town, and we would need him to go do press for the parties.
This is in Houston?
In Houston. So I went to his hotel room, me and my friend, to get him, and we could not find him. And then my boy said, there go his hand right there. And we grabbed his hand, and it's like we was pulling him from under a pile of women. It's like a pile of women. He's like, what's up, bro? I gotta go do. All right. He's just shifting women off him like, oh, okay. And like, say, bruh, I've never seen somebody sleeping under a pile of naked women.
Is it a comedian?
No, it's an athlete.
Okay.
It's a football player.
Okay.
It's like, whoa. Like, this is a different level of the game right here.
Yeah, facts.
Like, this.
Like this. I've seen a lot in my life. I'm like this. Some stuff I'm just like, I'm taking to the grave with me. I'm going, whoa. But I've never, the Diddy stuff is blowing my mind. Especially Cassie was so down for everything.
This is like.
Pause. Why in the entire fuck would Gary even put that out there? Because Cassie was so down. Was she, or was she being forced? Was she being abused and coerced to participate? Because it makes me wonder, for him to say that so matter-of-factly and so matter-of-facted, and not to say allegedly, sounds like he was at those environments and possibly parties allegedly witnessing. If he just so, Cassie was so down, how do you know that? How do you know that? Exactly. What the fuck? Thank you. Who definitely, I'll say allegedly, who is paying these motherfuckers to come forward in defense of Diddy? That's what I want to know. Right. Definitely showing us who the fuck people are, bruh. Some of our favorite celebrities, comedians, entertainers, artists, seem to all be, either being silent about the Diddy shit or low-key defending him. It's real weird. Makes me wonder, what the fuck was y'all two doing that y'all don't want exposed? That's what it's starting to give. I ain't gonna lie.
And I'm not calling Cassie this by no means. This is like a
Diddy stuff is blowing my mind. Especially Cassie was so down for everything.
This is like, and I'm not calling.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope Kathy sues him for this video, because sir, that's defamation without you presenting evidence that she was so down for everything, that you spinning a narrative that you don't know if it's actually the truth. The only way he could know if that's the truth is if he was a threesome, involved in an open couple relationship. Like if he spent every day with Cassie and Diddy, which you clearly didn't. So it's like, why would you even put that narrative out there when she's not the only victim coming forward, and she has survived, according to what she's told us, a lot of sexual abuse and physical abuse. It's just real fucking weird, bruh. Real fucking weird. Exactly, Chelsea. Very ignorant. This is why he was named first in my title for the roast, because you a stupid motherfucker. And I hope your fucking platform suffers, if not gets taken down for this shit. This don't make no goddamn sense for two motherfuckers that clearly weren't even around Diddy and Cassie in that light, to where you have not presented any evidence to prove what you're saying, Mr. Owen. See, victim shaming comes in multiple forms, and it comes in dismissing and desensitizing abuse. Well, if she was down for it, I don't see how she's, trying to get justice. I don't know too many women that are down for being abused and sexually abused outside of those who have extreme kinks. Those are the only women I know who are down for that type of shit. Now, if I were to find out later that Cassie was one of those women, then I would reconsider her allegations. And it's just weird the way certain people are defending Diddy. It's just very telling.
For everything.
This is like, and I'm not calling Cassie this by no means. This is like a lady of the evening saying, I'm finna put my pimp on trial after all the stuff that you was out there doing the stuff actively, and now it's totally his fault. He talked you into it. Like, that's deep.
And here again, Ali Sadiq, do you have evidence and proof for this? What do you mean she was out there willingly doing the shit and now she wants to see? Motherfuckers like these two make me sick. Literally, they just give energy like if their daughters ever came to them and said, "Daddy, I was abused," they wouldn't believe it. Well, you know, what did you do to deserve it? That's how they both strike me as fathers. That what did you do to deserve it frequency. And both of y'all are, you know, supposed to be comedians. This is not funny at all. It's not. I definitely unsubscribed from certain CCs the past few weeks. I've been really, yeah, exactly. Because we're now starting to see who people are. And y'all know we're still in that Pluto retrograde. And you know, Pluto reveals shadow sides. It helps you to see your shadow side, but it also reveals the shadow sides of others. There's a reason both these motherfuckers are sitting together on Gary's YouTube channel saying this shit. This is very telling. It's disturbing. Yeah. Right. Exactly. I'm telling y'all, that's why I was like, at first I wasn't going to go live because I'm so tired from, you know, my GI episodes and honestly not really getting the sleep I need. But when I seen this shit and it popped up in my feed, I'm like, oh, hell nah. Not y'all also victim shaming and trying to, you know, again, you have to wonder, why are all these different people in the industry working, it seems like together and also individually to discredit Cassie? You know why? Because Cassie's lawsuit where she won and was paid was a turning point for victims to have the courage to finally come forward. Because look, a celebrity female who made these accusations was positively rewarded for coming forward. So it's like, now that she, you know, won that case and he settled, if Diddy wasn't guilty, he wouldn't have settled with Cassie. He would have fought that and said it wasn't true. So it's like they're trying to undo the justice she received, while also subliminally sending a message to other victims that if you come forward, this is going to happen to you too. It's fucked up.
I'm anxious to hear your take on this. What blew my mind was she's in the bed with Diddy, FaceTiming her husband and answering. And I don't know if it came out that he knew Diddy was in the bed with her or not. I don't know. Did the husband know that story already? I knew he knew a lot. Did he know that?
But he worked for Diddy, didn't he?
He was her trainer. There's a lot of reasons why I don't trust a lot of personal trainers.
Worked for Diddy.
So he saw a lot already.
And so he had already saw a lot. And you married the woman. I stay out of their business. I don't even watch the trial. I just hear people saying, like, I didn't know.
Pause. Now, the first thing he said, it's like a lady of the night suddenly accusing her pimp. Now, Gary's saying, well, she was FaceTiming her husband while she was in the bed with Diddy. What does that have to do with abuse? Because there are couples that have open relationships. Maybe they did. Who knows? Maybe they still do. Doesn't excuse the abuse that she says she had to endure. None of this does. And for Ali to just sit here and say, well, you know what? I haven't been following. Let me run that back. Didn't he say I haven't been watching the case? Well, then you shouldn't be speaking on it, sir, at all.
And you married the woman. I stay out of their business. I don't even watch the trial. I just hear people.
I stay out of their business. I don't even watch the trial. So, again, if you're not watching the trial, if you're not following what's going on, then how are you in a position to speak on it? How, Sway? You're not.
People saying, like, I didn't know nothing about the semen on the nipples and all this until somebody told me. And I was like, who is that?
His whole pocket's going to shit. Ollie. Splash. Now semen on the nipples.
I was like, yo, man, what is Diddy got going on, man? And, bruh, I was just like, I'm not following it because I need to know what he is charged with.
I thought it was like a RICO case. That's what I kept thinking of. Where are the guns? Where's all this stuff that's supposed to be
The Rico case that I
And listen to how Gary is downplaying it. I thought this was supposed to be on a Rico case. Where's all the... Why are you defending Diddy? Let's take a look at something right quick. He says, I almost went to a Diddy house party. This is what would have happened if I went. So you were making jokes about this. Looks like back in January. What the fuck? No, stop. Yeah, it's like he's creating an alibi. Both of these descriptions under Facebook is saying, one night stand saved me from a Diddy party. Good thing I went on that date. I almost went to a Diddy house party. Almost, or were you in attendance? Yeah, he has all this one night stand saved me. I don't, I'm just not buying all these people trying to act innocent all of a sudden. I'm not.
familiar with it. It's a lot more bodies and guns and drugs and money laundering. It's like, it's all this, but this is like, he nutted in my hand and I rubbed it on the, like, what? This is not Rico.
They just released the male escorts. I kept looking for a Rico out of all them faces. I go, oh, that's Rico Johnson. Rico Johnson?
Rico Smith.
You went Rico.
You know, Rico. Like, I got partner Rico. Like, hey, man.
The only thing I can equate it to is, again, a guy unnameless, that I know the story's true, was when you get in the business and you're young, you get a lot of money, you get every woman you want. And I hope I never get to this level. Plus, I'm older now, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be in my 20s. But you start with one girl, then you get to 2 girls, then it's 3 girls, then it's 4 girls. At one point, you're like, all right, I'm just going to try something different. I was like, I never want to have that much sex that I just done with pussy.
Yeah, I'm never going to try nothing different. Because if I get to 6 girls, and I want to try something different. What that is 7. Like, I'm going to 7 girls. Like, like, yo, what is 13 girls feel like? Like, it's going to still be a girl involved in whatever new adventure I want. Hey, listen, let me tell y'all, I'm tired of having this regular sex. I need everybody to dress up in costumes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we doing. We like, yo, I just knocked off Miss Incredible.
It's just the way that they are joking about this when it's not a joke. That's very disturbing to me. So like I said, Gary Owen, you get the #1 prize for being the biggest dumbass. And both of y'all stupid motherfuckers sitting here saying that you haven't been following the case, but yet you think you're both qualified to sit here and victim shame Cassie and Al Sadiq for you to basically call this woman a hoe while saying that's not what you're doing is real crazy. And then y'all literally sitting here laughing and joking like this shit's funny, and it's not. Not at all. Nothing about this is funny. Yep. They sound like a bunch of dumbasses, straight up. The thing that they don't understand, it's early, exactly. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Those of us that want to see justice, we're gonna follow this. The feds have a 98 success rate. Hope. Exactly. Me too. But here's the thing. How do we know how many of the feds are involved in the trafficking as well? Yeah. Technically, I think most people expect the evidence to show more from the violence. I don't deny that it happened, but for the rape, they have only Cassie's word. Well, that's the thing. I think there was possibly some evidence submitted that all I know is it was enough to get Diddy locked up. Yeah. Right, laying the foundations. But what these two motherfuckers is doing, in my opinion, is, you know, going out of their way to be dismissive. And it's always telling when men victim shame and try to be dismissive of a woman's claims, when they're allegedly, you know, involved in allegedly having done the same shit. It's just weird. I'm gonna pull up a couple more articles that I wanted to show y'all, and then I am gonna end the live. Man, move that tab over there. This is being annoyingly slow. Okay, hold on, you guys. I must need to close some tabs. I hate when it does this. Hold on, y'all. It might be the Wi-Fi. Give me a second. No, not that. Okay, it says it's connected, so I don't know why it's up here doing this freezing bullshit again. I might have too many tabs open. This is so incredibly annoying. Like, this is super annoying. Because, like, I know it doesn't work well with the VPN, but it shouldn't just be dropping because the VPN is on. Like, I'm tired of having to keep disabling and re-enabling the network. It's even on a different browser, different account. Regardless, like I said, I feel like this whole shit about them wanting everyone to solely focus on the adult allegations is a way to get people to not focus on the RICO. And the fact that Gary Owen and Ali Sadiq are sitting up here making fun of, like I said, essentially victim shaming, it's just very telling. Because why would they do that? Like, what's the point in that, you know? So on that note, I am going to end the live because I need to. I've got to get up early and take care of a lot of stuff. I'm going to speak more on this as I continue to follow the case and the hearing. What I am waiting to see is if the other hundreds of people that reported their allegations to Busby, if they're going to come forward. That's what I'm waiting to see. Because like I said, you know, the whole Jaguar and Gene Deal showing up at the hearing, it's like, if y'all allegedly were involved, that's not going to absolve you from, you know, if they really were involved. You know, it's not going to absolve them. You're welcome, Didi. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Now, of course, I started off with the roast, but I'm always going to bring some truth because even though I was subscribed to Gary Owen his channel, I was not actively watching his content until that popped up in my feed. And I was like, bruh, like y'all said, this Diddy trial is bringing out a lot of people's true colors that we have unfortunately looked up to. And remember that, you know, Cat Williams said that. He said, y'all about to be real surprised at a lot of these people that you highly respect and in my opinion, damn near worship. You're about to find out a lot of stuff about them. And at least Cat he's been speaking out for decades. Him and Angie Stone, both were always speaking out. So again, family, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Shout out to the DzPeepz. Shout out to any new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing and welcome to D's World. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure that you do share this video. For those who would like to support the channel, you can send any donations to my Cash App or Venmo. I want to quickly address this because it was brought to my attention that, and mostly these are trolls. These are people who I no longer am associated with. And these are also people who have left the channel to, you know, go supporting people that, that they witnessed do all that bullshit on February 9th. And other platforms where they've witnessed people slander and defame me. Me posting my Cash App and my Venmo for channel donations and for donations for my current circumstances, you know, me trying to get my surgery done, me securing stability and all of that. That is no different from all the other CCs that always are soliciting for super chats, super stickers, and memberships. And what I want everyone to remember, and I don't really give a fuck about what trolls are saying. I'm talking about my actual supporters. I disabled that. You guys remember that. I disabled super chats, super stickers, and I never launched memberships because of the huge percentage that YouTube takes, which they take between 40 to 60%. So I just want to address that because I'm tired of hearing that. Like, oh, You know, why is she asking for donations? It's no different from when y'all send super chats and super stickers and join memberships everywhere else. The difference is I'm not allowing YouTube to take any percentage of any donations going towards my channel. Okay? So all of y'all can miss me with that bullshit. It's literally the same exact thing. And every content creator I know, even Funky Dineva, who has super chats, super stickers, and memberships that they, even he posts his Cash App. So, and he is wealthy. So I just really, you know, I'm tired of hearing that. I really am, because I am going through a lot. That's also why I'm not going live as much. You know, I speak healing over my body. I speak abundance in my life. But I have gone untreated with this GI shit for almost 4 years because I had to work a full-time job. So I'm just kind of over the scam narrative when I know what I go through every day. And none of y'all that keep talking shit about me do, because you don't know me in real life. No, I'm not going to re-enable super chats and super stickers. And even though YouTube partnership does keep sending me 5011 emails about how I need to start launching memberships, it's just so that they can get paid. They take up to 60% for every membership, every person that purchases a membership on your channel. They take 40 to 50% of every super chat and super sticker. So no, I'm not going to make YouTube wealthy off of my content. Not at all. Especially when they're allowing other CCs to impersonate me with channels that they haven't taken down. So I just wanted to address that, you know. Thank you, Didi, and thank you, Andrew. Love you guys. And I know, Didi, I know I don't have to explain. I just felt the need to, because I'm starting to hear that a bit too much. And there are people that were former supporters that are putting that narrative out there. And I'm like, no, it's no different. Matter of fact, there hasn't been one content creator whose channels I have visited or shared content of that don't have their Cash App running across. And again, I'm not like Jaguar. I don't constantly post it in the chat during my live. I pin it in the chat in the beginning, and I scroll it across the bottom of the screen. And yes, my circumstances are dire because of my health, and only because of my health. And I'm not like Jaguar, so I don't want to be compared to her. You know, it's been alleged that she allegedly has certain substance and alcohol abuse situations. I don't. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. None of that. I need to have tumors removed from my lower intestines, and I pass a lot of blood. So that's why anyone who formally donated, when I've been faced with emergency situations, I may have reached out to them. And even with that, after the last time I did, I was like, I'm not even going to do that anymore, because these are people that are like, D, if you need any help or if you need anything, let me know. And then when I do, one person in particular got an attitude, and I said, hey, it's cool. One thing I know is that God will make a way out of no way. Always has, always will. But this whole scammer shit y'all keep trying to spin is bullshit. Like I said, even Funky Dineva flashes the Cash App. Storm Monroe, Jag constantly had the mods posting her Cash App. Y'all ain't never seen me do that. You've never seen during my lives me constantly posting my Cash App link. So I just want the actual supporters to know that that's bullshit. And yes, donations are needed. I'll be very honest, they are. And I'm going through a lot, and I'm claiming my victory, I'm claiming my healing, and I'm claiming my abundance. But that whole false narrative y'all want to put out, it's like, bruh, come on now. Because y'all remember when I disabled, and I told y'all I'm not going to re-enable the super chats and super stickers, because I saw how much YouTube was taking from what you guys were giving. They were taking a lot of it. So I'm like, nah, I'd just rather collect donations that go directly to me instead of letting them take a huge cut. Right, Didi. Trust me, yeah, because the person that said it honestly really hurt my feelings because I'm like, you're one of the main people that would say if you end up in an emergency situation, because, y'all know I'd be having to move around and stuff to let you know. And then when I did, it's, well, let me offer. Okay, cool. That's pretty much always what I have done. But if I'm facing an emergency situation and you say, let me know if you need help, and then I let you know, and your reaction is getting upset, well, then I'm good. I won't ever reach out to you ever again. I promise. And haven't and won't. So I just wanted to address that because I've been hearing that from way too many different people who, when I would ask them where they got that information, it was always a platform that I don't fuck with. So basically a troll. These content creators that keep trying to create false narratives because I won't engage with them on their platforms. So yes, anyone who can help, please do because it is needed. Exactly. Thank you. She said 60 cents that's pretty much what YouTube takes per dollar. They take like damn near 60%, and in some situations did take 60%. And I'm like, y'all got me fucked up because I'm the one creating the content on my channel. And then y'all taking more than 50%, y'all can kiss my ass with your tongue out and tell me how it tastes. And so, yeah, I started to just use my Cash App and Venmo because I closed the PayPal account after all the fraud, lies and all that bullshit. So if you can help, please do. If you can donate, please do. If not, like I always say, just send prayers. Just send prayers because they're needed. Because y'all, as high vibration as I am, I'm human, and I go through periods where I become discouraged myself. And I have to find the strength within because my body is going through a lot of changes because it desperately needs medical treatment. And I know that God is going to provide that. Just like me, making sure that I can keep a place secured. I believe that my abundance is going to come in. So again, if you can send, please do. If not, send prayers. But please stop listening to these trolls and these CCs that I don't fuck with and that I don't talk to and that don't know shit about my life. Who all, by the way, who are calling me scammers, every last one of y'all have super chats, super stickers, and memberships enabled on your channels. So all of y'all can kiss my ass. And in addition to that, I've seen the same content creators flash their Cash App scrolling across the bottom of the screen too. So let's not be the pot calling the kettle black and mind your motherfucking business. How I choose to run my channel is how I choose to run my channel. If I was money hungry like the rest of y'all, I wouldn't have disabled super chats and super stickers. But I'm not finna let YouTube capitalize off of me like that. So that's all that's about. But family, I love y'all. Again, thank you to my real supporters, my real DzPeepz. You guys mean so much to me. And I would rather focus on the people that do support me as opposed to the ones that don't. And definitely, these real rejects of YouTube are non-motherfucking factors. They keep trying to make themselves relevant by talking shit about me when I don't fuck with y'all. I don't come to your platforms. I don't watch your content unless someone reports to me that you're saying something defamatory or slanderous or doxing my personal information with ugly ass, official king primate. So that's the only time I'm going to come to your channel is if somebody tells me that, hey, they're over there saying defamatory, slanderous things about you. That's it. And even then, you're not even going to probably know I watched it because I'm just going to screen record it and then report your shit. So, thank you, Didi. Simple as that. I just don't want YouTube taking 60% of any donations based off the hard work that I put into my lives. No. And again, especially when YouTube is allowing global gang stalking and cyberbullying and people to impersonate my channel, YouTube can eat a dick. So, I just wanted to address that. Because I was like, why in the world would any, real supporter of mine even be believing, a content creator that they know I don't fuck with, that they know, doesn't support me is beyond me. Just like the DzPeepz that are still supporting in Stone Paxton's channel in his chat. When I told y'all what went down between us. So it's like, okay, I just really am starting to see where people's loyalty lies. And I'm starting to see a lot of people believing the lies that these other content creators that I don't fuck with, which is why I call them real rejects of YouTube, that they're saying. So, no, I think I'm the most honest content creator in this sector of YouTube that has displayed continuously that I'm not money hungry. I am just in a transition due to my health that I know is going to get taken care of. So, that was brought to my attention by a few different people. And then, like I said, the one subscriber in particular, which I don't know, she might have unsubscribed because I had to just kind of matter-of-factly address her through email. Like, first of all, you didn't respond to the request, which was fine. But to send an email saying that you feel bad that you can't help and, I'd rather not feel bad. Look, baby, it's real simple. You just decline and say, I can't do it. I'm not in a position to help. Okay. Because it does take a lot for me to even reach out to people. The only time I have is when I've been like faced with, I don't know where I'm going to be staying, the next day. And it's really difficult to watch your body go through a process where you are losing blood for several hours at a time, and you can feel tumors and things rupturing, and you can't yet go to the doctor because you have to manifest the money to pay your out-of-pocket cost. So it's mentally a lot for me to go through this psychologically, and I don't give a damn what lying ass non-motherfucking factor that don't know me wants to lie and say I'm making shit up. I showed you guys proof on that live where I showed the picture of the cluster that hangs out of me, and someone reported that live for nudity and got it taken down. I have so many photos to show the GI doctor and the colorectal surgeon when I finally can get in. So anybody lying, anybody making shit up. I would not have put my private business out there in making a GoFundMe if it wasn't real. Because as a Scorpio, I'm very private. So I really took a risk at, putting vulnerable information out there about myself and my circumstances in hope that people would want to donate, which is something I don't ever and never have done. So I'm just tired of hearing the bullshit. Mostly from people that are supposed to be supporters of my channel and, saying, well, so-and-so is saying, I don't care who the fuck is saying whatever. They don't live in my body. They don't go through what I go through. Katie Jones, thank you for tuning in. They don't see it or feel what I go through. And so I am blessed that there have been people that have donated. But I don't want just one particular person feeling like, okay, they have to do a lot to help me. No, I am putting myself in a position to help myself. Even with what I go through, I literally edit from the toilet when I'm having my episodes. I'm building new platforms to be able to offer all my different skill sets, my tech support services, my health and nutrition, meal planning, and then the healing and spirituality channel. So it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm sitting up with a red Solo cup every time I go on live, and I'm drunk or fucked off and asking y'all to send me donations. Like, come on, man. It ain't even, matter of fact, when I first moved out of that house situation, I shared all that with y'all to show you guys where the donations went to when I got to the first Airbnb. So it's like, y'all can just miss me with that, bruh, for real. Thank you, Didi. This whole narrative that they keep putting out there, nah, that ain't the narrative. It's just that I'm not finna give YouTube 60% of my fucking what I've earned. So, like I said, for those who want to support that can help, please do. It is appreciated in family. It is needed. Any amount at this point can contribute towards me keeping security in terms of keeping a roof over my head and then getting the process started to hopefully be able to get in with a GI doctor that I'm really hoping I can find one that'll just bill me, like for real. That would be a miracle. Instead of setting appointments and being told you're going to pay this huge amount up front out of pocket. Like, it's just, I wish certain specialists were more concerned with helping you take care of your health as opposed to the billing side of their services. So those are all things that people who don't know shit about me or my life don't know. And because of the way I bring truth to my platform, the way I am exposing all this stuff is the reason that certain people have targeted my channel. But you're not powerful. And I keep trying to tell these different low vibrationals that any energy that rises up against me shall fall immediately and be destroyed. A lot of y'all are already going through that karma. I would think you would, stop at some point. And, that all of your evil intentions will just be reversed right back to you, along with death and hell 100,000-fold stronger. So before you make fun of somebody who could be potentially facing colon cancer, because that is the biggest concern, especially with the fact that runs in my family. And like I said, my grandmother, my mom's mom, and both my uncles had to have the same surgery, but my mom was like, theirs weren't as severe as yours because they were able to get it treated. You've been dealing with this for almost 4 years. So it's just time. And I believe in my manifestations. I believe in the abundance that I've called in. I believe in the healing that I've called in. And I'm going to remain in that frequency of believing that what I have spoken is going to manifest, not worrying about how it's going to manifest. That's literally walking by faith. I claim it even when I don't have it, even when I can't see it. Like that song, not Everlasting God, but the Waymaker. Even when I can't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. So I believe God for my healing. I believe the Most High God for my abundance, for my new permanent home, for my multiple streams of stable income. And until that manifests, yes, if people can donate, please do. But it's not a pressure thing where it's like, you got to help me. It's like I'm still going through a lot. So if there are people who previously donated and I'm in an emergency situation, was the only reason why I even reached out. But I just realized, like, I'm done reaching out, because when people want to help, they do. And when they don't, they don't. So it's not a big deal. But I just didn't like that narrative being put out there, So I just wanted to address that. And again, thank you to everyone that has sent prayers. Thank you everybody who's posted positive comments in the chat, positive comments on the lives afterwards. Even if I can't get to them right away to approve them, when I see them, it really makes my heart warm to know that you guys do care. And just send prayers up, don't worry. I'm glad you're concerned, but put positive energy behind that concern. Speak healing and favor and abundance. When you start to be concerned, just start, changing the frequency. Because, I'm not worried, but I am concerned about the amount of blood I'm still losing and about the size of the tumors, because I can feel them. They've definitely grown. I can feel them, and they're putting pressure on my actual uterus. So it's not a joke. It's very serious. And regardless, I speak healing. So thank you again to all my DzPeepz. I love you guys very much. And I always want you to know that you are valued. A lot of content creators don't ever take the time to acknowledge those that support them. Most people just focus on, negativity or negative people. So I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for your prayers. I'm grateful for your concern. I'm grateful for your encouragement, because again, I'm human still. And going through this alone has been very difficult emotionally. So, you guys are appreciated as well. And I appreciate when you engage and you give me feedback, about what I'm presenting. That's why I had to kick them last two girls from Ralph the Mushmouth channel out of my chat, because it's like, in our chat, we're family. We support one another. We don't be in the chat arguing and going back and forth with each other. And anytime people come into my chat from other channels who I don't know, and they start doing that drama shit, I'm going to kick you out. Because we don't do that here. We're family. We uplift one another. We love one another. And we stay in a high vibration. So thank you, Didi. Appreciate you, my love. So yes, family, I want to thank all of you. I do. I want to thank all of you for helping my platform to grow. Thank you for believing in the content I'm presenting. And I love that the most when I see you guys commenting, and I know that you can see with your third eye like I do, and you know, you see this shit, and we just got to keep exposing it, you know, about the children. And keep praying, family. Pray for these kids, you know. Pray for these kids, y'all. These kids that are being trafficked, these kids, every time I hear an Amber Alert, I send up a prayer. Lord, whoever it is, let them be found. Because they are the next generation. They are the most important thing right now. That's why I don't care what content creator isn't focused on the RICO. I'm focused on the RICO. Straight up. I'm focused on the RICO because I want to help. And again, forever freedom. Speaking that into existence. Grand rising to you, Willie Gross. Speaking that into existence. And it's going to manifest. Just like my healing. Just like me being able to set up philanthropy to help rescue. That's what we should be focused on. You know, not all these other distractions. Right. It was just 3:33 on the clock. So yeah. I gotta go, you guys, because it's close to 4, and I gotta go use the bathroom. But what I will do at some point, it depends on how everything goes tomorrow, because I'm not sure just yet where exactly I'm gonna be. But if I'm able to get settled somewhere, then yes, I'll be coming back and doing another live. And on that live, I'll definitely do, you know, the angel numbers, because I got quite a bit of angel numbers over this past week, and I do want to show you guys those meetings, but I got to go to the bathroom. So love you, family. And again, thank you to everybody for your support. Shout out to the people who have sent prayers, you know, who have sent positive energy, who have shown support on a consistent basis. Thank you. Thank you so much. So family, I love y'all. Y'all stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video, share it. For those who have not, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. That way you get notified every time I go live or upload. Love you, fam bam.
I thank God. Straight from the mud, now it's time to get the